Hello, everybody, and welcome to the grand finale, the great mess at the end of Roll20CON 2017.
Oh, come on now.
Oh, just
You're
Burn it
already
down.
throwing us under the bus.
no. This is a great bus to be under. The party is
Okay.
not on the bus; it's under the bus.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
The party's not under the bus. We are the bus.
There you go. Listen, if last year was any indication, it's the last slut that's the best one anyway. I was saying this morning, Jesse, that last year we played Tenra at the end of the show, and I don't remember the last time. That was it. The last time that I laughed so hard at a game I cried. Like I couldn't see because you and Jeff were being so ridiculous.
I don't recall a old man who is very, very buff who strips naked and becomes a dragon being ridiculous.
Right.
If anything, that is an ancient tale as old as time.
True.
That needed to be told again.
Certainly not worthy of ridicule in any way, shape, or form.
No,
and I'm
no
sure
way.
it's totally not going to be crazy at all for you.
Yeah, no. It's
I almost forgot that twist. You know, he became a dragon. Like who saw
He was the dragon the whole time.
the whole time? Like
The whole
I didn't
time.
catch on to that.
Yeah, here I was expecting samurai drama and haiku, but we got instead just like a lot of like surprisingly gay geriatric content from old In Control and Jesse. So
Did we ever decide who was the oldest?
Beautiful.
high water.
I said I was the oldest.
There was a
old.
long running battle over who was the oldest.
Oldest meant you were the best. That's how it works.
That's how it works.
It's
yeah.
just
I'm
the longer your
clearly
beard, the
best
better you
because
are.
I'm the oldest.
So we're not gonna be taking a trip to Fantasy Japan this time around. This time,
Or are we?
yeah, or maybe we are.
Plot
Who
twist.
knows? You know what? I'm not ruling anything out just yet. We're gonna be playing award-winning tabletop role-playing game Dungeon World, and we're gonna do the whole thing in the 3 hours. We're gonna make characters, we're gonna build the world, and then we're gonna probably burn it down. So thank you for coming, everybody. Let's get started. Let's make some characters. So I know some of you have thought a little bit about what class you would like to play, but if you haven't, that's okay too. That is the first step to be taken. Does anyone not know what class they want to be? Anyone not made a decision yet? Naja, you know what you want to be?
I am a ranger.
Ah, yeah, good call. Because unlike some games, being a ranger is fun in this one. Maggie, do you know what you want to play?
Yes, I want to play a druid.
Good. Going. All right, we got two nature characters. Caitlin, do you know what class you want to play?
Are we starting at level 1?
Yes. Yeah.
So as a cleric, I can't get healing, but as a wizard, I can.
No, clerics have healing magic at level 1. You'll get like.
Okay.
You just try to metagame this thing? We haven't even started yet.
No, this is what my character is. Okay,
She's
this
like,
is
I
my
want to be a
character.
doctor, okay? Jesse, don't.
I just want to help people. Okay. All right, then.
Do you want to be a cleric, Caitlin?
Yes.
Yeah.
So like cleric.
All right. Jesse, do you know what class you want to be?
I want to be a bard.
Nice.
A totally useful bard.
A fine choice. Excellent. Okay. Cool.
We're gonna get serenaded by you. I'm excited.
It could happen if you're lucky. Although, am I leveled up into that? Do I have to skill up into serenading?
I mean, serenading it's really in the ear of the beholder, right?
Oh boy.
What's
My apologies.
What's a serenade to one is a horrible
This is
audio
true.
assault to another.
I feel
So-
like as a druid, I'd just like a bunch of animal noises or something.
right.
A cacophony of animal noises.
Right. So you're not an adventuring party, you're a noise band.
I shall keep that in mind.
Fantastic. Awesome. So so the first thing to do will be choose a class, which you have done. Good stuff. We're already on our way. Following that, we'll walk through some steps together to make our characters. So on your character sheet, do you have access? This is, and I should have asked this before the show. Does everybody have the PDF with all the class stuff available?
Yeah.
Are they looking at it?
I have a paper book. Is that okay?
That works too. Yep.
Great, because you wrote in it
Ava-
and signed your name.
Available at many of your favorite game retailers. Okay, good. Everybody has this. You've already defeated the first challenge, and that is don't be lazy. You did it. Congratulations, everybody. So on your class options, you're going to have some races that you can choose. You might be an elf, you might be a dwarf, you might be a human. Choose one of those things and note down your choice on the character sheet that I have given you in Roll20. then you get to pick a name for your character because now you have some cultural context for them.
If there's a bunch of different types of that, do we pick one?
Yeah. So what are you? Let's. I mean, get specific. What are you looking at?
I think I want to be an elf
Okay.
or a halfling.
Sure.
Not sure.
Okay.
But there's like a bunch of different options.
Yeah, so here's the thing, right? Like on the character sheet, it will just say elf or halfling or human or whatever. Because we're building this from scratch, we have some general ideas as people who are fans of like fantasy of what like an elf might be, but you can pretty much just go nuts on what that is. If there's somebody else in the party who also wants to be an elf, you have to collaborate with them, and I'll ask you a bunch of questions about what an elf is. But yeah, I mean, if you're thinking like Legolas or Keebler, either one, those are the main types of elf. Yeah.
Actually, there's a halfling that's a rose halfling. I want to do that.
Oh, you want to be a
Like
okay.
he's kind of got the rose theme going.
Okay, that's cool. I dig it. Okay, yeah, and so we'll detail what halflings are about, what their jam is as we go through, and once we start introducing the characters. So yeah, get your class squared away. Choose your race. Choose your character's name. Now you can choose from the list, or you can make up your own if you want to play advanced Dungeon World. But whatever seems fun to you. And then you can go on to choose your character's look. So your look is drawn from the list, and kind of like names, you'll pick one for each thing, one for each list of options. But you can also make up your own, and this is just little ways you'll introduce your character using this look, so we can get a visual image in our theater of the mind for what your character might look like.
Is there any way I would put that on the actual character sheet that we have?
Yeah, on the sheet, there's probably, let me see, there's like a notes section. If you go to bio and info, then you can fill it in there. Put it in the notes section.
Okay.
So once everybody has that squared away, then we'll go on to doing the mechanical stuff. We'll pick our stats and everything.
Just to clarify, what does knobby mean?
It's up for interpretation.
You don't know your own book, Adam?
Well, I mean, traditionally, if someone has a knobby body, that means they have like bulbous elbows and knees. They're kind of like a knotty tree.
Like strong?
I mean, that strongness and knobbiness are not directly correlative, but they could be.
You bony.
Yeah,
you just bony is what you eat. Bones. You're so bony.
Yeah.
Clerics can only be thin, knobby, or flabby. There's no like really strong cleric.
I mean, you can make up your own. You could be ripped. You could be hirsute. You could be, I don't know. You could have a throbbing body. I don't care. Pick a word. Pick your favorite descriptive word and chuck it in there. Purple.
All right.
It's a role-playing game. Do whatever you want. Yeah, swole. Good choice. Good choice. Excellent. Yep. Any of those are good. Jacked. Also good. Perfect. Okay, cool. So yeah, get your name and your look worked out. And in Dungeon World, you have 6 stats. Your character's stats are strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. If you've ever played a fantasy role-playing game of any sort, you already basically know what these mean. Different classes will be good at different stuff. And so you'll want to assign your scores accordingly. However, you get experience by failing. So don't necessarily try to always win at rolls if you want your character to get better fast. So you could feel free to play against type. You could play a bard who's not particularly charismatic, or you could play a druid who's not particularly wise. It just means you're going to fail more often, which means interesting things will happen to you. That's one way of looking at it anyway. You've got 6 stats to assign, and when you do, they'll have modifiers attached to them. So the scores are 16, 15, 13, 12, 9, and 8. Those numbers will go on the top, and then the bottom will fill in with your modifier for when you roll. Yeah.
So do we know what is the best for us?
You can look at the moves that you get. You'll use your strength for fighting in melee combat. So, sword to sword, bashing away close range. You'll use your dexterity to attack foes that are at a distance. If you want to use a bow or a crossbow or throwing weapons, have a high dex. Your charisma will be for getting NPCs to do what you want. You'll use your constitution both to have more hit points and to protect other people and characters. You can discern realities with your wisdom, which is to say you take in a situation, you'll get to roll it and ask me questions. And then you can spout lore with your intelligence, which is a way that you can just say, oh, my character knows something about this tree or monster or piece of lawn furniture. And then you'll have another move. There's a move called Defy Danger, and you'll use that in a bunch of different cases with a bunch of different stats depending on the circumstances. So for your class, you can look at your class moves, and they'll tell you what stat you roll. For example, the Druid Wisdom is useful for you because your shapeshifting move is based on Wisdom.
Yeah, I definitely went that route. I read it and I was like, oh.
So we want to put the 16 at what we want our highest to be, yes?
Yeah, exactly. So if you want to be a charismatic bard, put that 16.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
All right. Any other questions about that, or you got your stats pretty much sorted out?
How many spells and skills can we start with?
You'll have what's on the sheet. So, for example, the cleric, you'll get spell casting, obviously, because you're a cleric. You'll detail your deity. You'll have divine guidance and commune to give you spells back. You also have turn undead.
So I don't start with healing?
Healing is one of your spells. So when you're creating your character, you get a certain number of spells to begin with.
Okay, so we'll do that after.
Yeah. So we'll work that out as we go on. Cool. Okay. So the next step is figuring out your modifiers. Sheet did that for you automatically. You'll set your maximum hit points, which you should just see on the sheet already. Just make sure that you have that worked out so that it shows like the right number. It's based on your Constitution score plus something from your class. So, for example, Sprout, you start with 12, and then being a druid gives you, I think, 5
It's
more?
6 plus Constitution.
Yeah, there you go. So where it says in the top right corner of your sheet, HP, it'll say 12 out of 12. Bump that up with the extra class stuff.
Okay. So 18.
Cool. Yeah. So Jesse, for your character, you have 8, and then you add another 6 for being a bard.
Oh, delightful.
Yeah.
Wait. So I have 14 of 8.
You should have 14 of 14. The way that you modify it is to see where it has a little checkbox next to HP.
Yeah.
Yeah. Click that, and then put your base. So put that 6 in there, and then it'll do the rest for you.
What?
There you go. You did it.
I've done it.
There you go. Cool. All right. So hit points. Now we can talk about spells, Caitlin. So you'll choose your starting moves. The front side of the character sheet down at the bottom on the PDF has all of the starting moves that you'll get. So the ranger will detail their animal companion. The druid will make some choices about where they are from. The cleric will detail their god, and the bard will figure out what they know. So you'll figure out your kind of special knowledge. You can mark this on your character sheet on the moves section. You see where there's like a little box where it says plus add under moves. So you can click that. You can put in the name of the move, and then you can click the checkbox to open it up for the move description if you want to type it over there. Just make notes. I'm not going to be referring to these. These are purely for your benefit. So write them down however you want to help you remember what you need to know. And if anybody has any questions about their class stuff, we can work that out. Naja, do you still want a frog for your animal companion?
I'm gonna be a rat.
Yeah, I think you
It's
have
gonna be a rat,
giant rat or like regular type rat.
like capybara size rat.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Her name is Geraldine.
Excellent, Geraldine. Perfect.
That's what's funny is that's my cousin's name. My
Is your cousin also a rat?
Well, no, no. So my family has a lineage of Geralds. So like my cousin, like everyone in my family, their first or one of their children's name is Gerald or Geraldine. Like I have a brother named Gerald. So it's like, and my father has a brother named Gerald, and so on and so forth.
Congratulations on
It's a
not
weird
being
name.
named Gerald.
No, it's just a weird.
You lucked out. You
Yeah.
lucked out.
Margerald.
One of the children had to choose which of their children are going to be that name. It's crazy.
So what were we doing for the HP? I might have missed that.
Oh, it's okay. You have 6 HP base, so you can put that in by clicking the little box next to HP in the top right corner underneath where it says cleric. So there's a little checkbox, a little show hide box. If you click that, put in your base of 6, and it'll calculate the rest for you.
Oh, I see.
There
Okay,
you go.
cool.
You got it.
You're watching me?
Mm-hmm. I can see your character sheet.
Then I can like unclick it, or do I just keep it clicked?
You unclick it because that'll hide it, and then it has your full hit points, and you can track it using the sheet there. Yeah.
All right. We good?
Okay. So you'll have spells prepared, Caitlin, because you're the only spellcaster. You have total levels worth of spells equal to your own level plus 1. So since you're starting at 1, you have two spell levels, which means you'll have all the rotes prepared, so you can cast Light, Sanctify, or Guidance whenever you want. And then you can also choose 2 of the first level spells. And based on what you've asked me so far, I'm going to assume that one of those spells is going to be Cure Light Wounds.
Oh yeah, I already put it in there, Adam.
There you go. But you can also choose Bless, or Detect Alignment, or Magic Weapon, or Speak with Dead, or Cause Fear, or Sanctuary as one of your other spells.
I'll grab the Detect Alignment for the second one, because you know me, I have to have like a trash spell that's just for storytelling and nothing else.
Yeah, totally. Okay, cool. All right.
Do the rote? Is that how you say it? Rotes?
Yeah.
Do those do anything?
Yeah. I mean, light allows you to cause something to glow with divine light, about as bright as a torch. Sanctify can consecrate food and water. So if it's poisoned or bad for you, you can purify it. And then guidance gives you some kind of indication from your deity of what they want you to do. So it's a severely limited, basically like a divine compass, where you're like, which way should we go, or which of these things should I choose? You can cast guidance and have your god point their divine finger in the correct direction.
Does Sanctify work on anything? Like if we were cannibalizing someone, could I sanctify it first?
I mean, it says food or water you hold in your hands. So if you have turned a person into food, then you sanctify. Yeah, so I guess, sure.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
It's fine. It's good having these questions come up early. It's good to be prepared for these things. So, Caitlin, for your character, just choose now, if you haven't already, a name. Make up a name for your god, and then choose their domain. So one of the 6 options on the sheet there. Choose also a precept of your religion. Does your religion like suffering, gaining secrets, offerings, or personal victory? So you'll pick one of each of those lists.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can the god be anything?
Yes.
Okay. Because as you know, every young boy looks up to father. You know, father is greatest man in young boy's life. So I want Grigory Petrovich to be my beloved father, my god of choosing.
I see where we're going now. I understand. I've received my ticket for the ride. Okay. All right.
I love it.
All right. Yes, absolutely. Your deified father can certainly be your god.
Okay, it's good. It's good.
I'm all about that. Cool. All right.
That's fantastic.
So cool. Yeah. And then so Jesse, you'll choose your school of bardic lore.
Yes.
And then Maggie will have you. Have you picked your land? Have you chosen where you're from?
Oh, my land.
Yeah, you gotta pick your land and pick your tell. So your land is the place where your character was first like attuned. It's where you learned your druidic magic. It'll also determine the kinds of things you can shapeshift into. For example, if you are from the depths of the earth, you probably can't turn into a penguin, unless there's some kind of subterranean mole.
Trying to keep
mole
me
penguin.
down.
Don't let him tell you what you can and can't be.
And then your tell is a physical attribute that marks you as a shapeshifter and reflects the spirit of your land. And it's the same no matter what shape you're in. So if you pick like antlers and you turn into one of those subterranean mole penguins, it will also have little antlers.
Okay, I'll think about it more.
Yeah, and this can be
Where's
like a coloration, a pattern. It can be.
Where do I put that at?
It's on. You can put it under moves on your sheet. So you'll put in.
Just add it to moves again.
Yeah. Kellen, I just saw the name of your character.
Yes. I am Higori Petrovich,
Igor.
of course, son of Grigori Petrovich.
Fantastic. All right. Cool. All right. So once y'all have figured out your starting moves, you'll choose your alignment. So the alignment is both a few words to describe your character's moral outlook and a reward trigger for you in the game. So if you do the thing, you'll get XP at the end of the session. So you choose one of those from the book.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. And if you've already chosen your alignment, you can go ahead and start working on choosing your character's gear. So each class has choices to make for starting gear. They'll be listed on your sheet on the back, and they're divided into sections. So, for example, the cleric will choose either chainmail or a shield. You'll choose a warhammer or a mace or a staff and bandages. And then you'll choose adventuring gear and dungeon rations or a healing potion. Adventuring gear is a bit of a like Felix's magic bag thing where you have adventuring stuff with you, but we don't need to determine what it is until you actually use it. So when you're like, oh, shoot, I need a ladder, then cool. You happen to have been carrying around a short ladder with you the whole time. The boundaries of what adventuring gear can contain will vary depending on the seriousness of the game. So we'll do it as a call by call basis as we play to see if it makes sense for things to be in the gear.
Perhaps adventuring gear is more suitable for a current traveling party.
Yes, probably than healing potions. Besides, you have healing spells. It's fine.
It's good.
Okay. Yeah, so you'll choose options from the list here. In Dungeon World, weapons do not determine how much damage you do. A fighter is as deadly with a broken bottle as he is with a broadsword, and equally a wizard is as terrible with a two-handed sword as they are with any other weapon. So your class determines how much damage you deal. Weapons in this determine your narrative, your fictional positioning, right? If you have a spear and you're fighting someone with a knife, you're at a distinct advantage over them versus if, say, things are reversed. Now, however, if someone gets within range of your spear and starts stabbing you with said knife, your spear is a liability and not a gain. So we'll really just use these to determine what moves are triggered and when. Perfect.
Could you use this, Jesse? Here, let me just pass it.
Pass it through the old internet.
I did have a flute and I was looking for it, but I couldn't find my flute. And I was gonna be like, and sing you guys songs, but I can't find it.
Sorry,
You could have sang the Titanic theme song.
Don't worry. We'll have at least a couple of breaks between now and the end of the show, so you can always take another look.
No, it's the show must go on. So,
all right. So pick your gear. And once everyone has chosen gear, we'll go around and we'll introduce the characters and we'll do bonds. And then I'll ask you a bunch of questions about your characters so that we can build the world and the adventure around you. And then we'll get into the madness. So yeah, go ahead and get to work on your gear. Let me know if you have any questions.
I like it when yellow's more towards the front,
So-
Jesse.
It says that I can have hide armor or wooden shield. Can I have just have wooden armor?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Mark it as hide armor. But you can say that it's. Are you thinking like wooden, like overlapping like plates, or are you thinking like wicker? Like are you like a wicker barn kind of type character? Like what is?
I was
what are you
thinking like
envisioning?
wooden plates, but like maybe some fur and like flowers like inlaid in it or weaved into it.
Yeah, I dig it. Cool, sure. Yeah. I feel like someone at some point in actual history must have made armor out of wood. That must be a thing, right? It must be. I'm gonna imagine that it is. Cool. What weapon do you wanna choose? I mean, you're a shapeshifter, so you could like turn into a.
I think I'm gonna go with a staff.
Okay. Cool. And then,
Are you about to say she could turn into a weapon?
I mean, you could turn into a tiger or a rhinoceros or
Mm-hmm.
you know, an orbital weapons platform. I
Or
don't
a
know.
monkey or a sloth.
Yes. All but maybe that last one if you're in a fight.
No, I could totally be a sloth.
Okay. I mean, I believe you. It's certainly possible. So what we'll do when
Challenge accepted.
what we'll do when you do your shapeshifting, the way shapeshifting works is that we determine 3 like moves for that animal, 3 things that an animal does, and then you can spend your points you get from shapeshifting to do those things in the game. So it'll be great when you turn into a sloth, and then we get to have the discussion of what does a sloth do exactly.
Our homeland has the mythical battle sloth. I don't know if you're aware of this.
Oh, okay.
Adam.
All right. Battle sloth. Sure.
They conserve their energy for 99.9% of their lives.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I just go into
What do they
regen mode. It's my
explode?
regeneration mode. Just let me hang on to you.
And then when the battle starts, we just throw you at them. It's fine.
Right. And
And
then,
yeah, and then I'm like Pokeball style. I just transform back.
giant battle sloth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, don't try and GM bullshit our characters, Adam.
You know what?
Adam.
You know what? I'm
Yeah,
down.
Adam.
I'm down with giant battle sloth. I'm into it. It's fine. Cool. All right. Good. That's great. Has everybody got their gear figured out? Do you all know what kind
Yes.
of crap you're schlepping around? All right. Perfect. All right. So let's go around and we'll get to know our characters. We're not gonna we'll go around and introduce everybody, and then we'll do bonds, and you can take a look at your bonds now and kind of like think about them, but mostly just listen while the other characters are being described, and then when we go around and do the bonds, we'll figure them out. Let's start with our ranger. Nadia, tell us about your character. You're a ranger, and
I'm a ranger. My name is Bernice.
Bernice. Okay.
Bernice. I'm from the swamp. I've been there a long time. I got my rat companion, Geraldine. I
Okay.
used to have a frog named Herschel, but we don't talk to him anymore.
Okay, all right. Formerly Herschel, and Herschel was your previous animal companion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We had a
Formerly.
falling out.
Sure. The swamp politics are complicated. Are you a human? Are you a human being?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Human ranger Bernice.
That was part of the problem.
Okay. All right. So now are you? Well, continue. Tell us more about your character. What's your look? What do you look like?
Well, I have sharp eyes because I've seen some things in the swamp. Hooded head because I don't like people all in my business. I can't look at Jesse.
Go on.
Cape, same reason. And I got a wiry body. It serves me well enough.
Sharp eyes, a cape, and a hood. Okay. Cool. How are you equipped when you're out on an adventure? What do you carry with you?
Well, I have my bow, of course. Wouldn't be much of a ranger without one. I have a short sword because sometimes you run out of arrows. You have to cut somebody. I don't like to do that, but I can. I have some dungeon rations, and I just keep more arrows. Like I said, I don't like to cut people, so I
Right.
keep extra arrows.
It's important to keep your distance from people who want to stab you to death.
I think that's sensible.
Yeah, I think so. Excellent. Okay, so you're from the swamp, yeah. Now is this like a swamp, or is there like a particular very significant?
Oh, no.
swamp?
This is capital S. This is the
Right.
swamp.
Okay, so you're from the swamp.
Yes, when the gods made the world, they put all their leftovers in this one little pile, and they made this primordial
Oh,
ooze,
that's awesome. The gods-
and it is the swamp.
Right. So you live in the clogged drain of the universe. That's good. All right. Cool. Are there a lot of people that live in this smelly place?
I don't think it smells. Thank you very much.
I mean, okay, so you don't think that it does.
That's
but-
subjective.
okay, sure, fair.
I think it smells lovely. There's not very many people there. That's why I like it.
Okay, so were you born there, or did you move to the swamp?
I moved to the swamp. I was in civilization for a while. They wanted me to do things. I didn't have time for that, so I moved to the swamp.
Okay, all right. So moved there from civilization, and this was your choice. You're not like an exile.
It's a matter of perspective.
Sure. Okay. I'll put that in quotes. All right. And so were you a ranger before, or did you learn your skills in the swamp?
I learned them in the swamp from Herschel.
Oh, so Herschel was your mentor and your companion.
He was.
Okay. All right.
We don't talk about it.
I was gonna say, can we talk about Herschel for a minute? Is that
You don't feel pressure to talk about him, okay?
If you're not ready, I'm curious about this falling out with Herschel. Personally,
He was a hindrance to my life.
Is Herschel still alive, or?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I haven't talked to Herschel in 30 years.
Okay, all right. How long do these frogs usually live?
Oh, they're very long-lived individuals.
Okay, so Herschel is an elder toad of his people. Okay, falling out, and so what was this? What was this falling out about? Why did you leave?
It's a difference in diet. Now, I eat a lot of things, as you must, when you live in the swamp, but Herschel always wanted to eat flies, and I can't abide flies being around my home all the time.
That seems like a small thing to get in such a big fight over.
It builds up about
Right,
a
I mean,
decade of flies.
You're with someone a long time, and sometimes the little things are what make the big fights. Okay.
He just didn't listen to my needs.
Mm-hmm.
It's symbolic. It's a metaphorical.
Right. I mean, I can't say that I've ever had a conversation like this that felt so much like couples therapy for a ranger and their former animal companion. How does Geraldine figure into this? Was Geraldine around during this process, or did you come to find Geraldine after?
Geraldine is my best friend, and she told me year after year, you don't need Herschel. Kick him to the curb. And I did.
Does Geraldine talk to you often, or?
Yes.
And does Geraldine talk to anybody else? No. Okay. Right. Of course. All right. Okay. So Geraldine gave you some advice to separate yourself from Herschel, with whom you were having this negative relationship, and things are good with you and Geraldine now.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
We're a perfect partnership.
Okay. And how did you meet? Did Geraldine save you for something, or you save them, or was this a more casual? You meet at a party or something?
I saved her from a snake.
Ah, okay.
Herschel didn't want me to, but that was one of many things he was incorrect about.
I'll put it on the list. And is the swamp known for its giant villainous snakes, or was this an aberration in the pattern for you?
I wouldn't call it a giant villainous. It was a regular ass snake.
Oh, just like a regular type of snake. Okay.
Geraldine was just a little baby. And normally I like to let nature run its course, but I saw something in her.
Okay. So what is it that's taken you and Geraldine away from the swamp? Why have you given up that idyllic life?
I had to get away from Herschel. He just can't let it go.
Right. Okay. So is Herschel a big deal in the swamp? Like, does Herschel have like a community around him of other frogs? Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah. It's kind of a demagogue.
Okay. Right. Excellent. Okay. So Herschel has followers, and they sort of drove you from the swamp?
Just so.
All right.
Now, you might be detecting a pattern, but it's not me. It's not the reason. I'm not the reason I keep getting driven from places. I promise.
Sure. Okay. So there's a cult of frog worshippers. Okay. All right. Perfect. Well, I think I know everything I need to know for now. Thank you. Let's get to know our druid. Maggie, tell us a little about your character.
Sure. I'm Sprout,
Of course, yeah.
Petal Blossom, and I'm a druid, and she's a rose halfling druid, who's chaotic. What
Okay.
else would you like to know?
So you are a tell me about these rose halflings. I assume by the qualifier that there are other kinds of halflings. What are they like?
They're more like, I guess, they kind of have their own little circles and kind of keep to themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Other halflings like to adventure and go seeking things. They just like to be one with the forest.
And is that where you're from?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're a peaceful people.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and you is druid
Well,
magic?
peaceful in the sense of like they don't go seeking danger.
They don't go looking for fights, but if someone starts one,
Yeah.
they'll finish it.
But if you come into their lands and you try to destroy them,
you might say that every rose has its thorn.
yeah,
I think
exactly.
you might say, all right, okay.
And they're actually from like they're from a place called the Mysterious Rose Grove.
Oh, okay, cool. And is this is why is it called that? Is it because like no one knows where it is, but the halflings, or is this that like?
Yeah, so like people can never find it, but those who go there and talk about it and who have been there before recognize it by these giant blossoming roses that are just like everywhere throughout, and it's just like this beautiful land, but it's kind of like a hidden vista, you might say.
Right. And so what did you do that made it so you don't live there anymore? It sounds nice. Why what's wrong with you? What happened?
She probably won't tell people this, but she might have accidentally did something that she wasn't supposed to do, that she was told that she shouldn't do, but she did it anyway, type of thing.
So you broke some kind of sacred commandment of the rose halflings.
A taboo, if you will.
Okay. She's very curious. So like the people at her land they're of the, hey, like this is what we do and this is our process, and like they're very ritualistic, I guess would be the best way to say it. But she kind of always was curious as to what was around the other side, or what was going on underneath it all.
And that's not a common halfling trait, curiosity. That's like you're an aberration in that way.
to my people.
Yeah. Okay.
But she's never met another halfling before, other than the halflings that were in her crew.
Did you learn your shape-shifting magic in this mysterious paradise from which you originate, or did you learn that after?
I learned part of it while I was there, and I think that's what got her curious about what other kind of creatures were out there. What else could she turn into?
Yeah. If this was like a cartoon, the episode where the adventurers go to the like mysterious rose garden is the scariest of all of the episodes. It's like being in the small world ride for 22 minutes.
Oh my God. Don't even joke about that. I've been stuck on that ride when it broke down and they're just like clacking their mouths. It's horrifying.
Yeah. So you learned some of your magic there, and then you learned, I guess, who finished your training? If the Rose Garden was your Obi-Wan, who's your Yoda? Where did you learn the rest of this training?
As she was traveling, she kind of met some other creatures, and one of those was a dire sloth who was chilling in a tree, and she kind of was like, "Oh, you look really interesting," and then she started learning the ways of how they lived.
Right. Again, in the cartoon, the dire sloth would be voiced by James Hong. And yeah, okay, cool. So you learn the rest of your training from a dire. So do all dire sloths understand the secrets of druidism, or just this particular one?
I don't know. I haven't met all of them
Right,
yet.
okay. So
I still have yet to meet all the sloths in the world.
So you're really just out there to like see the world and learn as much as you can, because now you're free of the taboos of the Rose Garden.
Yeah.
What is it? What did you leave behind? What do you miss about that place?
I guess I miss a couple of my friends.
Yeah. Okay. And they were did they do anything to try to like keep you from getting kicked out, or were they sort of powerless when you were
Oh, of
ejected?
course. They were always telling me that I was getting into trouble or doing something wrong or like I shouldn't go where I went. But I did have one friend, her name was Lily, and she would sometimes come with me, but then her parents basically said that she wasn't allowed to be friends with me anymore.
Right. Okay. So you do there are munchkins that you miss from your days in the Lollipop Guild. Okay. Um, let's talk about your land. What did you choose for that? The forest?
Yeah, I chose the Great Forest.
Okay, cool, cool. And what's your tell? What's the thing that's the same for you no matter what shape you take?
She has like a tattoo of a really beautiful tree with like rose or like petals on it. And no matter what form she's in, she kind of has that branded somewhere.
And so is this something that you
Sometimes it's
got?
under her paw.
Is this something you got before you left, or is this like a post leaving the nest like stick and poke situation?
Well, in the Rose Grove, how it happens is once you become of age, you're then given a kind of symbol that you're part of the grove,
Mm,
and you
mm-hmm.
become part of it because you're not just sprout. You're one with the grove.
Right.
You are the rose.
Right. Even though you just got kicked out, you still have your mystical tattoo.
I mean, you can kick me out of the land, but I'm still a petal blossom.
It's true. That's true. I'm sure there are lots of other people that have tattoos that they regret.
What'd you say?
I said you can kick me out of the land, but I'm still a petal blossom.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's her last name. She's a petal blossom.
That's what I
Yeah. Petal blossom. Sure.
Jesse, stop.
All right. Cool. All right. I think let me ask you one last question. What threatens the Rose Grove? Like what's the dark thing that dwells in the woods that they always warned you about?
There's this loud noise, but nobody knows what it is because they haven't left the grove.
Right. Ignorance is bliss in this case,
Yeah.
but there's
Yeah,
some
so there's
loud
this
thing.
Yeah, there's a loud thing, and whenever it gets close, sometimes the grove will shake, and things will fall, and petals will fall, and like they're always working to try to like regrow the petals that have fallen.
Okay. Excellent. Sounds good. All right, cool. Warm up that Russian accent, Caitlin.
The loud noise is Herschel.
You're on
It's
deck.
so jumping around. Oh my god, yes.
So Caitlin, you're a cleric. Tell us a bit more about yourself.
Yes. Hello. I am. One moment, please. Wear myself a clothing. Okay. One moment, please. One moment. Okay. Yes, I am a large person. Eyes reveal too much of soul, so I have no concern. Okay. As is age. My age is also of not to be concerned. Okay. I'm well dressed with thick furs, as you can see, and as I am son of doctor, I will be reminding you of my son of doctorness at every possible opportunity. Okay.
So where did you learn your doctoring skills? Are these hereditary? Did you just wake up one day realizing that you knew everything there was about human anatomy, or did you learn somewhere?
Yes, human anatomy, many ways to learn of it orally. I mean, of course, digesting the human body, the human anatomy, the healing of it, not as much importance. The alcohol consuming part of it, yes. Hereditary, some parts, father, some parts, you know how it goes. Like father, like son, yes, I'm son.
Excellent. Okay, so you seem very like unafraid of mentioning your consumption of human flesh. Is this like a normal thing among humans? That we just, and I mean you can, yeah. I was gonna say, we can talk a little about this, Bernice. This is not a normal? You don't do this in the swamp?
This is what they wanted me to do in Civilization.
Oh, I see. Okay, so it's become more popular, this idea of so why do we need to eat humans? What is there a food shortage or something? Higori?
No specific reason, perhaps gain their powers. They are just enemy. You kill enemy, you eat enemy, one follows the other.
Right.
Okay.
It's just kind of in vogue right now.
Yes.
I actually really like that. I think that's a really cool little like thing to throw in the setting. Like, yeah, we just don't have that thing. Like, it's become popular that we just eat other people, criminals, whatever. Okay.
It's Petrovich nature. You know how it is.
Right. Okay. So in human society, this is the thing that we do. We need to find that grove. I would like to go there and hide, please. Okay, cool. So let's talk a little bit about you're a cleric, right? So you serve a divine power. What is that power?
Yes, as mentioned earlier, divine power is Grigory Petrovich, being son-in-law of mysterious man himself. I look up to him, and I hope one day through my actions I can make him proud, like I made him. Okay. Yes, I am son of Greek. Yes. Okay.
So it's a form of ancestor worship. Now, is this something that lots of people do? Do lots of people venerate their dead ancestors, or was your father special in some way?
Oh yes, very special. He was dragon slayer at one point. Another point, he was leper. Great achievement in family.
Having
the leper.
leprosy is very important, yes, to being a hero.
Wow, boom. Just amazing man. I hope one day to follow in his footsteps, to not only use the of doctoring, a constant self-reference of being son of doctor, to heal the people.
Right. In the ancient way, you emulate your father's behavior. Okay, I like that. That's cool. So is there anyone else that has the same religion as you, or are you the sole disciple of this god?
I can only imagine there are many people out there, perhaps even watching, that view Grigori in such ways that I do. Yes, probably very large following. Maybe like 25,000 on social media. Who knows?
Okay, so his veneration then might have something to do with this current trend of humans eating other humans. That they're like, okay, yeah, I feel that. All right, so has many followers.
Yeah, I could see. Yes, I could see that. People who like him, also like other odd things in life to explore. I mean, who knows? Makes sense.
So why are you on a quest and not being venerated yourself as the child of a god?
Well, you see, I can't seem to. Location of a certain person of interest is unknown. I will be coming to find person.
Okay. So you've got a mission. Who are you looking for?
I've said too much on subject matter. We will recommence conversing about people, perhaps. Yes.
All right. So you have a secret mission to find someone, and you haven't made that clear yet. Okay. All right.
No, definitely no hints dropped. No, none.
That's cool. All right. So I guess the other question I have is, because every religion has enemy gods. Does your religion have a foe? Are there gods that stand opposed to your father's power?
Honestly, I did not expect to have a person here be asking me so many questions. I feel as though cover is being picked away at, just furiously picked away at. I'm getting very insecure at the moment. I would like to, is of no concern also. Yes, other really, no, yes, okay, very good.
I'm gonna put that down as yes. We're gonna go ahead and just say they probably.
Maybe.
But
Who knows?
okay, so the church has some enemies, but you've so far evaded them. Cool. All right, good.
Yes, be asking other person questions now. Okay.
Let's figure out what our bard is about. Tell us about your character, Jesse.
Hold on, let me check this real quick.
Hey, everybody. My name is Spoonered Easley, Bard. I am very famous for my bottom blowing. Great.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
So is this are you a solo act, or did you belong to like a larger jug band at some point?
Oh no. Years ago, I was like, it was beautiful, man. I was part of this group. It was me and this guy Cecil, this other guy Cade, and this lady Rosa, and we saved the world. We saved the world, and they went on and did things with their life. And look at me!
Right.
Look at me! I'm not doing anything now.
They all got to go to the moon in a whale, and you had to stay
Yeah, they got to go fight the bad guy. You know what I did? Nothing.
here. Okay.
I didn't do anything. I'm playing thing.
So you're making do. You're trying to
No,
get by.
I'm not making do. This looks like I'm making do. No,
So nobody remembers your part in the saving of the world.
written out of the history books.
Okay. So they saved the world, and you were forgotten.
Yeah.
Which explains why you're now trying to you're going on adventures. Are you trying to recapture that former glory, or are you just trying to make enough to get by?
All I want is to die on the battlefield,
Nice.
man. Like
Yeah.
all my friends.
Yep.
Here I am stuck in goddamn taverns, playing my for people. You think anyone likes this?
So you're looking for that.
Nobody
You're looking for
likes
that glorious finale. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that something that people like commonly do? They die in battle and get a glorious end, or are you just done with it? Is this a personal quest?
What?
Yeah. Okay. So where did you learn your barding from? Did you go to school? Is there like a community college you attended, or is this all like natural talent?
I was like a kid. They took me on their adventure. They said, sing for his boy. And so I sang. I mean, they had swords. And I had nothing. It sucked.
So you learned your skills on the
road show. It was awesome. It was awesome on the road. It was on the road show. It was and now I sit here.
All right, so you have no official training, but some talent at least.
Yeah,
and it's
my
time
mom.
it's time to go on an adventure again.
So talented, no, Spooner, you're so talented. You're the worst.
What do you love about performing for others, Spooner?
I'm not sure I love it anymore.
Okay. So you've maybe lost that spark. Okay. Looking for inspiration. Got it. Okay, I think I know everything I need to know.
They call me chaotic. I don't know what they're talking about.
It just seemed to me it's very unfair to be put into a box. I know.
I totally agree with you. Oh, God. I'm not chaotic.
So
Fine.
let's do bonds. So all of these characters have some history together, and we will use the bonds to determine how you are linked to one another in what ways, and that'll give us both the stat that we can use to influence each other's roles. So if someone needs help or you want to stop someone from doing something, the better you know them, the easier those things will be, and then also this will help us get some things to hook the characters together. So on your character sheet, you'll have a list of bonds. They're kind of like Mad Libs. It's a sentence with blanks. You're gonna fill in the blanks with the names of other characters. Now you can use multiple blanks with the same character name if you think two of the bonds fit. You don't have to fill them all out, but the more you do, the more bonded you are to the rest of the party. So to remind everybody, the characters' names are Bernice, Higori, Spoonard, and Sprout. And yeah, go ahead and take all your bonds and fill those out.
Could you repeat those again? I'm just gonna type them into the chat.
Yeah. So Bernice, the ranger, Higori, the cleric, Spoonard, the bard, and Sprout, the druid. So so use those to fill in your bonds, and then once we're done, we'll go around and everybody can give us their bonds, and then we'll get this show on the road.
I was looking at the cleric.
Different page.
Now I'm at the druid. I went the wrong direction. Now I'm at the barbarian. This isn't working out for me. Oh, there it is. Ooh, I like this.
Can we just type the name in the bonds? Is that it?
Yeah. You'll just put someone's name in for each bond. You can copy and paste them over to your Roll20 sheet, or you can just write them in the same order. It'll be for your reference. So whatever way works best for you. Cool. And then once you've got your bonds sorted out, let me know and we'll go around. Bernice, do you have yours?
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So I'll ask some questions to clarify, and some of these we might ask each other about what they mean. But go ahead and tell us your bonds. What do you got?
So I have guided Spoonered before, and they owe me for it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So where did you and Spoonard go that he needed your guidance?
Oh, I found him. And it hurts a body to see a man down on themselves. But I got him back to safety.
Uh-huh.
Such as it is. I hope he doesn't get eaten.
Okay. All right. So you guided him back from a dark place. Okay. All right. Is this like metaphorical? Like you found him drunk in a bar somewhere and like talked him down from the ledge, or is this literally like you
Little
guided
bit
him
of
from
Colby, little bit of Colby.
Okay. All right.
It's always that with him. from what I
Okay.
can tell.
All right. What else you got?
Sprout is a friend of nature, so I will be their friend as well.
Yep. That sounds about right to me. Sprout, you're a friend of nature.
What is being
Not at
passed
all.
around?
It seems so to me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, on the other hand, Higori has no respect for nature, so I have no respect for him.
That seems about right. Yeah. I think that's fair. Yep.
How would you know my character?
Mm-hmm.
Eating people. It's just not right. And lastly, Spooner does not understand life in the wild, and I feel really sorry for him. So I will teach them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you've been trying to teach Spooner, taking him camping, showing him the berries not to eat and what have you.
I mean, we have to instill some pride of self.
Mm-hmm.
This is a basic foundation. Nothing can grow off of nothing.
And how's that going so far? Is it working?
Well.
I like forest berries.
And Geraldine has some thoughts, but I'm stubborn. I can do it.
Right. You're still working on it. That's good. It's good. You need somebody to sponsor his adventures. Okay, great. Are those all your bonds?
It is.
Excellent. Okay, cool. Our druid, do you have your bonds sorted out there, Sprout?
Yeah, I think
All
I
right,
do now.
Sprout, what do you got?
All right. Spooner smells more like prey than a hunter.
I feel like or possibly a pickle. Is there?
He just smells weird.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's my farts.
Right. Okay. So you think that he's in a position of weakness. Now, in your eyes, does this mean he's someone you need to look out for? Is it something you feel pity towards him, or is it more like you're waiting for an opportunity to show him what's what?
I think it's more like I like watching him. Like it intrigues me.
Right. A little creepy. I dig it. That's fine.
It's really not creepy at all.
Just like watching him. Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool. All right. What else you got?
The spirit spoke to me of a great danger that follows Spooner.
Oh, good. It smells like prey and is followed by a great danger. Did the
Mhm.
spirits tell you more about this great danger?
Well, it was like a rain cloud, and it just kept raining and raining and raining.
Mm-hmm.
His
Okay.
immortal soul.
All right. So a terrible storm follows.
This is depressing.
Spooner. Yeah. Wonder what that's about. Okay.
What's creepier is that Jesse has a photo of himself in the background. It's like real distracting.
That's the me I used to be.
Yeah. It's
Somebody that I used to know.
He carries around a painting of himself.
right. Yeah. From better days. Weirdly though, it's all pixelated. The painting he carries around.
It's true. We've upgraded the graphics since my tears are now 64-bit.
Excellent. All right. You have one or two more?
Mode 7.
I have showed a secret right of the land to Bernice.
Ah, okay. And is this like something that was gifted to you by the spirits that you showed Bernice, or tell me more about the secret right?
Well, it wouldn't be secret if I told you about it.
Okay. All right. So only you and Bernice know about it.
And Geraldine. But don't tell Sprout that I told Geraldine.
Okay. All right. So the rat also knows.
Can I roll to see if I noticed?
You could try to find out in play. We'll
Okay.
bring it up during the game. Okay. So
and
you've
then my
got
final,
and then
my
you
final
got one
one
more.
is Higori has tasted my blood and I theirs. We are bound by it.
that does not sound
weird.
safe.
But it's fine. Everything's
Sounds very delicious, but also nutritious. Yes.
Is this the only halfling blood you've ever tasted, Higori?
Choose to decline comment.
Okay.
She has the secret. I have the secret. We all have our various levels of secrets.
I-
Some more dangerous than others. You know how.
Do you hunger for more? If you had another opportunity?
well.
Wait,
I
no.
kind of have multiple marks on my arm because she beat me like more than once.
Good. Yeah. This sounds like a really healthy relationship the two of you have. I'm into it.
Yes. Yes.
Perfect. Cool. All right. Well, let's just keep riding this creep train. Higori, why don't you tell us about your bonds?
First, I have a question for Bernice. Bernice, this Herschel person you speak of, is they good person or is they bad person?
Look, I don't know how many times I gotta tell you. I don't care nothing about no Herschel.
No. Okay. Yeah. Sounds like a very bad person. Okay. If Father Grigori were here, he would spout philosophical rambling. But to best of knowledge is not here. Just me. So yeah, sounds like bad person. Okay. In that case, Bernice is in constant danger. We'll keep them safe. So that is one bond.
So that constant danger, is this the danger of Herschel's revenge, or is this some other danger of which you were aware?
When I tried to ask Bernice, she has no comment on it, claims to not even know this Herschel person, even though I'm pretty certain she does know of Herschel person. But for now, not too certain. We'll figure out later.
I know you ain't talking about somebody else having secrets.
Okay. All right. So there's dark shit following all of y'all around apparently. Okay. What else you got, Cleric? Give me some more bonds.
Sprout, very, very tasty, very nutritious. I really like Sprout, but Sprout has insulted my deity. If you say this differently, it sounds like daddy. Sprout has insulted my daddy. So I cannot fully trust them. I'm sorry, Sprout. Perhaps when you meet Grigori, you will feel the same way I do. Is a great person. Also eats people. You would get along great too with him, but for now, no trust.
I want to know why Jimmy John stopped putting Sprout on their sandwiches, because that's just delicious.
Wasn't that
It was so good. It was so good. What happened? Why'd they just stop doing that? Probably E. coli.
It doesn't taste the same. You're absolutely right.
No,
I was
it's not as
just
good.
there the other week.
Spooner, this is why I believe you're a good and faithful person. This is why I trust you implicitly. Also, Also because they have much alcohol. Always be drinking. Yes.
Why does everyone keep trying to bite me?
You're delicious.
So Sprout, did you insult Higori's daddy on purpose or by accident?
I'm not sure.
You don't even remember it happening?
Mm-mm. She
Okay.
keeps saying that I did that, but I don't remember.
Okay. All right. That's fair. Listen, the Petrovich family is a bitter and old, and they remember these sorts of things. Okay. All right. So there's some tension there. Okay. Cool. But Spoonard is a good and faithful man, so that's good.
That's true.
Okay.
Yes, if someone insulted Spooner, I would do the same thing. I'm sure you would too, Adam. You know, someone insults your daddy, you gotta step it
Yeah,
up.
you gotta step up. It's true. Yeah.
You can call me daddy.
Yeah, I mean, if I did not already have daddy, perhaps, but I have great, marvelous Gregoria as daddy, so I
You
cannot. I'm
want
very
it.
sorry, Spooner.
Okay.
How about you, Spinner? Let's talk about your bonds. Let's see what you think of these people.
I've got a few bonds here. This, spoilers, not my first outing with Bernice. We've been on adventures before.
Okay.
Totally true. That's called changing things around to fit the canon. Right on, my friend. I am writing a ballad about the adventures of Sprout because I figure if one of them little sons of guns can come out the old rose patch, go on adventures, maybe I'll get famous writing about that garbage, right?
I like how sometimes Spooner sounds like Bubs from Homestar Runner. Check it out. All right.
Go back, watch Homestar Runner. It was very popular.
Yeah, go watch Homestar Runner. Maybe you remember it if you're an oldster from the internet.
Yeah, I can also do Teen Girl Squad. That's, oh my God, guys. I can do that, whatever you want.
Yeah, just
let me know.
anytime. Anybody wants outdated internet references? Me and Jesse, we got you covered.
I'm so excited. All right. And Glory trusted me with a secret.
Mm-hmm.
You know what that secret is?
Yeah, secret is I just crack open cold one for boys as well. Spooner,
Nope.
drink
No,
now.
that's not the secret.
Are you sure?
Secret. Boop, I know the secret. You're in love with Sprout. That's why you keep wanting to bite Sprout but not actually eat Sprout, because you don't understand the concept of love, because your father would never bite you. Your father would never bite you, and it's so sad.
You're coming very close to crossing line about daddy.
No, I'm not. Someone needs to tell you this. Your father never bit you. I'm so sorry.
Wait, I don't have no time. Only time for no.
All right. So this is a secret that Spooner believes that they understand.
No, it's a real secret. Believes.
Real secret here is
I
daddy
believe in a lot of
potentially.
things. I believe in a thing called love. I believe in life after love. And
You clearly do not believe in copyright law.
Do you believe you can fly? Is that also a true statement?
I was gonna get there, but you ruined it. Now,
Well, that's fine. That's
you.
keep going. You got some more bonds. Let's hear them.
I also, the butt of my jokes many times is Sprout.
Mm-hmm.
But mostly it's the Sprout Higori ship I've created. Hig out. It's very popular. Or Higori, I haven't decided yet.
Sprigori.
Higori's good, but I like Hig out because it has that out at the end of it, you know.
It sounds like gout, which is a fun problem to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yep.
All right, and those are your bonds.
Yep. Those are my bonds.
All right. Well, the group of you are in the midst of a grand and glorious adventure, but we're gonna take a real quick break, and we will come back and we will find out what that adventure is about. So stick around. We will be right back with more. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. The adventure is about to begin. And as I promised before we started, we opened this grand adventure on a scene of total chaos. The group of you are standing just outside the last city, the last village. It's really more of a town. It's a little town. The last town before the edge of the swamp, right? It's sort of like the last stop before you end up in the swamp. And you're standing outside this town. And the reason that you're outside the town and not in the town is that the town is on fire. The town is currently burning to the ground, and I would like.
I didn't do it.
Yeah, I'd like to know why. Why did that? Why is that happening? Why? Why did that happen? Why is the town on fire? Anyone can tell me. I'm curious.
But I told them I did not want to go to their little prayer breakfast, and they tried to make us go.
Okay, and so you burned the town down?
I don't abide by eating people.
Right. Okay. So you had to deal with the aggressive cannibalism problem. They tried to eat you. Okay.
Perhaps if we leave now, we can still scavenge parts to eat from burning town. Yes, maybe if we
Okay,
go
so
very.
the air is thick with the smell of human barbecue. There's clouds of dark smoke rising from the collapsing ruins of this town. Now you stopped there on your way to the swamp. You were returning to the swamp. Someone has paid you to retrieve something from the swamp. Who is it? Who is employing you to visit the swamp?
Nilbog Borgman.
No, that guy. What's Nilbog's deal? Why does he want you to go to the swamp? There's something there that he wants you to retrieve. What is it?
Nilbog Borgman, good man, not say anything bad about him. He wants us to go to the swamp to get the heart of Scarpathia.
Okay. All right.
Yup.
So do you know anything about this?
Yes, because I am skilled in grand histories of the known world.
Okay.
Long ago. Hold on. Long ago, in the ancient lands of yore, there was a staff called the Heart of Scarpathior. It was big and hard and penetrated many hearts.
It's a metaphor.
That's why they call it its name. And apparently it controls beasts of all shapes and sizes too.
It's good.
Oh, I love it. It's so good.
Thank you.
All right, so mighty sorcerer Nilbog Borgman requires the heart of Scarpathia, which has been hidden away in the deepest parts of the swamp, and the group of you are on your way to recover it. But there is someone or something hot on your heels. You're being chased. There are others who are after the heart.
And I totally didn't try to stop them by making a fire.
Right. Okay. So Sprout, you were the one that started the fire. This is an effort to like slow them down. Mm-hmm. Okay. So the intention here was that the fire would slow down your pursuers. Do you know who they are, or is it still a mystery?
Yes, we know who they are.
Yeah. Okay.
It's the Grand Warlord Cheezel.
Okay.
Cheezel, the Grand Warlord.
He always turns into this really cute rat, and everyone thinks that he's so awesome.
But he's not. He's an asshole.
Sloth form, and they like his rat form.
All right. So he's like a were rat.
He has a furry vest, and when he laughs, he goes, yeah. That's his laugh.
A rat man.
Geraldine can't abide by Cheezel.
Yeah, I was about to say Cheezel and Geraldine have some history, I think.
I was so certain Anti-Cheezel had come many months ago, perhaps even like 9 months ago. Exactly, on the dot.
I think you just know him because he's famous and not a callback to a different RP.
Okay, I mean perhaps yes, different person, same name. I can see this. Okay,
it's a popular name. Many, especially in the last little while, many people have been naming their firstborn Cheezel in honor of the mighty warlord.
If you don't know anything about reincarnation, maybe they are the same person.
Right, of course. Yes, cross universal reincarnation is totally a thing. All right, so the warlord Cheezel also wants the heart of Scarpathia, and is hot on your heels. So you've bought yourself some time with this horrific town fire, and before you see the great bubbling vista of the swamp. Where is somewhere, Bernice? Where is somewhere safe that you can go in the swamp? Where is like a place that you could go to hide or to get your bearings?
Well, there are a set of caves in the swamp. Now, you wouldn't think so because it oftentimes is not a mountain in the swamp to have caves in, but this is the cradle of divine creation itself. So there's a little mountain in there.
Right, of course. Okay, so somewhere in the swamp, hidden amidst the murk and the mist, there is a ring of hills in which some caves lie that you might be able to find some safety. So I suppose do you want to set off for those? They're maybe not in the. I guess. Well, here's the other question. And I'll ask Higori, because you've maybe had some divine help from your father.
I actually am more affinitive towards daddy now. I would prefer you refer to him as my daddy.
All right. So your daddy told you. I'm just gonna be thinking about
Yes.
Lil Wayne and Birdman the whole time we play now. I can't not. Like,
Is we finished? Or
Exactly.
Is we done?
yeah. So you've been stunting like your daddy. Yeah. One day you'll have enough gold, perhaps a milli, and you'll be rich. So your divine daddy has given you some guidance, has given you a hint as to where you might find the heart of Scarpathia within this great and terrible swamp. What hint did you receive?
I'm not too certain. Is there perhaps a way to roll for this in role-playing game?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So why don't we have you spout lore to see the interpretation of the dream that your papa gave you. So roll with intelligence. On your character sheet, you should see a little D20 icon next to int. Just click that, and it'll do the roll for you.
Okay, we'll be clicking the icon with many sides.
Hey, there you go. You failed horribly. So, for those of you who are not familiar with the very simple rules of Dungeon World, they're going to be rolling two 6-sided dice and adding or subtracting a modifier between -3 and +3, depending on their stat. And a 10 or better on that result means they're going to get what they want, and usually some additional bonus. If they get a 7 to 9, it's usually a qualified success or might cost them a little extra. And if it's a 6 or less, it's a miss, and it means I get to make a move. And you, however, get to mark experience. So you get an experience point. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. However, as you stand here trying to remember where your divine daddy pointed you to go, I believe this is when, despite the fires of the town behind you, the warlord Cheezel's Ratman army arrives. So maybe just the foreigners, maybe the group that sort of like has been chasing you, their scouts. And as such, I think they're mounted. So what are these like rat men? What do they ride? What kind of mounts do they ride
Oh,
around
they're
on?
rats.
All right, so Ratman riding on like
So technically, even if there's 4, for example, there's actually 8.
right. It's like a chimpanzee on the back of a gorilla.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. So Geraldine lets out a squeak of indignance, and you turn to see, limned by the flickering fire of the cannibal town burning. You see a group of 4 mounted Ratman scouts. They look ready to attack. What does everybody do?
Sprout is gonna say in rat voice or in rat language.
Oh, you
or-
speak the language of
Yeah.
Cheezel's Ratman?
And-
Where did
yeah.
you learn to speak this tongue?
Well, one time I was hanging out underneath the tree, and there's.
I thought you were gonna say you used to go to like Ratman bars sometimes. Like, just go down to Rat Town and just hang out.
And he was talking to me. I just kind of like know. I just know what they're saying. I kind of like I have spirit tongue, so
I see. So it's in your druidic nature that you understand all words spoken by sentient creatures. Okay. So
sometimes they just talk to me and I'm like, oh, I understand you, but then other people don't understand.
So you're gonna say something to them in their own language. Okay.
She's gonna be like, "Halt, cheese man! This is not the time for battle. Let's do this like valiant heroes. We'll race you to the heart."
So you want to try to convince them not to murder you where you stand, and instead go on a cool race.
Yeah.
Okay. Why should they do this? What leverage do you have over them?
She doesn't have any leverage.
Oh, I see. You're just saying stuff.
Yeah, she's just saying stuff.
Okay. All right. So
hold on.
But all everyone else hears is
squeaking.
Bernice and Geraldine are definitely looking at you like, bruh.
So without anything, maybe if you can beat one or two of them or find some other leverage to encourage them to give up this fight, they're pretty happy about approaching and attacking. And so I think that the nearest one digs his silver boot spurs into the sides of his rat mount, and they charge with a squeaking battle cry towards you.
Close. But surely her bard will serenade them with song with very heavy sexual references inside it. Yes, Spooner, please.
Right,
Come on.
time for one of those boner jams you're so well known for.
boner jams. Oh my god.
Yes, can we begin the boner jam? Here we go.
I recall once hearing a story of a man who tooted on his horn and some rats followed him out of a town. So maybe I can do the same.
Okay, so your plan here is to try to confound them with your
No, man,
plan?
I'm gonna try and like mind control them.
And that's a thing that you can do. You've learned a song that can control rats.
If some other ass can do it, I can do it. I was part of the heroic group that saved the world.
That's true. I mean, I would probably just allow you to do it if you were, say, I don't know, trying to like make a dark elven magnetic field stop working. But I'll let you roll for this one if you want. Why don't you roll with your charisma? We'll have you defy danger, and the danger here is that nothing happens.
Roll with my charisma.
Yeah, just go ahead and click and roll with your charisma there.
That's
Okay.
7.
All right, you got a 7 and 9. So I think that you're tooting upon your empty bottle. I think you'll get one of them. I think one of them, his mount kind of wobbles on its haunches. He becomes glassy-eyed, maybe more so than usual, and becomes confused and disoriented for a moment. The other three are unaffected by your obnoxious honking, and
Yes, very good, Spooner.
and
they
they rush to attack. Now, if anyone has a ranged weapon they would like to attack with, you'll have an opportunity to do so before they get here. But if you do not, there is not but to wait for the tide of rat flesh to crash.
I would
your
definitely
way.
like to shoot my bow.
Okay, all right.
It's all I can do to hold Geraldine back. It's too soon for her to run in, but I can shoot a bow.
Okay. All right. So you now what are you gonna shoot your bow at? One of the larger rats that are being ridden on, or the strange cheese-light acolytes upon them?
Oh, the rat men, definitely.
Yeah, the rat men. Okay.
Yeah. Those poor mounts, they can't be blamed for what's going on.
I
Right.
know. I thought we established the rat mounts were in fact rat men that were letting the other rat men ride them.
Yeah, they're just bigger and not as smart.
Yeah, they're just multiple rat. There's technically 8 rat men, but there's 4 that are riding.
There's
the
different castes. It's a complicated social structure.
other. Yeah, how dare you assume that they are not thinking, feeling individuals?
So Spooner is babbling as you draw your arrow to fire.
I'm just talking in your ears. You're like,
Oh yeah, there you go. All right. So on a 10 plus on volley, you have a clear shot and you can deal your damage to one of the rats. So go ahead and roll your damage.
That's not right.
That ain't right. That's a lot of damage.
What happened?
I'm perfectly okay.
I did not put the D in the
that'd be it.
That's more.
There it is. Okay. So you rolled 4. They have a little bit of armor. They have like some thick hide, and you spear one of them with the business end of your arrow. He tumbles off into the ash dusted ground, clutching at his little rat chest and the end of an arrow that now protrudes from it. One of the rat riders is dead. His mount, upon feeling the weight tumble from his back, flies into a rage, you having killed his little buddy. And it's at that point, I think, that unless Sprout, you or Higori have something you want to do at a distance, this is when the rats all crash into you.
do.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Sprout's gonna be like, fine, if you want to have it that way, we'll battle. And then she's gonna change into a snake.
Okay.
What?
All right. Change into a snake.
Hold
Alright,
on,
Geraldine.
time out.
I was about to say,
How big these rats are? Are they man-sized rats?
Yeah, they're like halfling size. They're the little ones are. When I said like a chimpanzee riding a gorilla, that was like a size thing too. Like that's how I like the mount ones are gorilla size, and then the little guys riding on them are
And how big is your snake,
chimp size.
Maggie?
You can turn into a big snake.
I want to be a big enough snake where I can eat one.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Could you not just morph into whale above them and then just crush them with massive mass?
Yeah, those forest whales, those glorious
Yes.
drifting between the mighty redwoods, the whales of the forest.
And comes crashing down on the crabman.
What?
Yeah.
What a whale!
So, all right, little Sprout, roll your shapeshift move, and we'll see what giant snake
How do
can
I
do.
roll it? So it's
It's your wisdom. Yeah.
We will roll a wisdom roll. Hmm.
Okay. All right. You got 7. That's not a fail. So on a 7 to 9, I believe you hold 1. So you get one move you can make. But what are the three things that a giant snake can do?
Ooh, do I get to pick them?
Yeah. We'll work on them together. What are 3 things a snake does? So every time you turn into a snake, these will be the moves that you get to make.
Okay. I want to be able to like, what is it called? Like eating somebody? Like, I don't know.
Consume.
There's a name for it when the snakes like eat like a full.
And it eats its tail?
No, like when it eats like a whole creature.
Oh, yeah.
I want to do that.
Wallow.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So we'll say
Devour.
slowly devour someone.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want
Because it
to
does take
second-
some time. Yep. Okay. Now, is this a venomous serpent, or is this a constricting type of serpent?
Or
Constricting.
perhaps a solid serpent or a liquid serpent.
Yeah. Is this some kind of snook?
I want to
Does
do.
the snake got the booty though?
That's what I'm wondering.
a
Yeah,
giant-
Right.
Um,
The forest snake has a little butt on the back of it there. So you want to be able to constrict.
Yeah, constrict.
Constrict. Okay, so slowly devour someone, constrict, and then what's the third thing that a snake
The third
can
one
do?
be like slapping somebody.
I mean, they don't all have to be fighting things. Like, what do snakes do?
Ooh, charm eyes. Like, ooh, like that.
Oh, like yeah, like hypnotizing.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
That would be cool. I like that idea.
Sure.
Yeah.
So the hypno snake of the woods. So you transform. What does your snake form look like? Is it like just like a green and brown kind of snake, or are you like iridescent and blue? Like what does your snake form look like? And more to the point, what does it look like when you shapeshift? Is it like shimmering magical girl transformation style, or do you like vomit up a giant snake and like shed your skin? Like what is?
Or animorphs.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Are you like a '90s TV show where you like a slider to morph? You like, yeah. What does it?
So,
What does it look like?
Parts of her body like start growing scales, and then her legs become like a snail or a snake tail, and then she just kind of becomes a snake. So for a moment, she's like half like a siren, almost like a snake
Nice.
human.
Dressed. She's not a manatee. Okay, cool. So your legs merge. You become long and sinuous, and then turn into a snake. So as you do that, the rat men come rushing towards you. So you'll have an opportunity.
Hold on. I have move of own. Okay.
Mhm. So you'll just before we move on, you have 2 hold. So you let me know when you want to constrict something, slowly devour someone, or hypnotize a target. You let me know when you want to do those things. So while she's turning into a snake, Higori, what are you doing?
Okay, well, I am also interested in philosophical ramblings like Dear Daddy Grigori. I have been listening to what Spooner says about the larger rat men. As Mountie says, they have feelings, they have ambitions in life, they want to be something. Perhaps they want to be Bard like Spooner. Very great aspiration to have in life. It would be very nice of them to be that, right, Spooner?
Sure.
Okay, so I would like to be casting Detect Alignment on the larger rat men. Just any one of them. Don't care. No preference.
Okay.
Can I help with these? So I have arcane art that allows me to weave performance into a basic spell. Can I help with this in some way?
Yeah, so you'll use, if you want to help, you justify it in the fiction. So in this case, it could very easily be that you sing a counter song to the prayer to bolster it. You roll 2d6 and you'll add however many bonds you have with that person. So like, how many bonds do you have with Higori?
2.
So if Higori needs help, because you can do this after Higori rolls, if Higori is failing or you want to get a 7 and 9 and bump it up to a 10,
Sing a little ditty.
yeah,
bump
you
it
can
up.
you can sing a little ditty, exactly.
Okay. Cool.
Higori, go ahead and roll plus your wisdom to use the cast a spell move.
Okay, we'll be pressing now. Are prepared? I'm going now. Okay.
Nice. All right. So on a 10 plus, the spell is successfully cast and your deity does not revoke it, so you may cast it again. The Detect Alignment spell, you choose when you cast it, you choose an alignment. So are you trying to detect good, evil, lawful, or chaotic creatures?
Perhaps lawful. Want to know if rat men are law-abiding citizens. Do they pay taxes? What are
Yes.
they?
No, these are libertarian rat men. They do not believe. They think that small government is the way to go.
You can still have tax in libertarian environment.
Yeah, these rat men don't believe in that shit though.
Okay.
So yes, I would not say that they are lawful. Ratman society is a chaotic mess in which the strongest rule.
Does not sound like much structure lies there.
No, it's true. And then that's when they attack you. All of you, save for Spooner, who is holding one of them in place with magic, get attacked by a rat creature of some form. So, Bernice, you fired your arrow, knocking the mounted rat man onto the ground, but then his sort of ape rat companion leaps towards you, swinging a meaty fist in your direction. What do you do?
Duck and roll.
Yeah, so you wanna leap out of the way, and then what? Presuming he doesn't hit you with his fist, what's the plan?
Stab him in the back with my sword.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. So defy danger first with your dexterity. The danger here is Ratman pummeling. And if you are successful, okay. So you got an 8 and 7 and 9. So I think you're still successful, but maybe he catches you with his claws. They have these like sharp foreclaws, and he swipes you across the back as you dive out of the way. So you'll take a little bit of damage. Do you have any armor?
I have 1 armor.
Okay. All right. So your armor absorbs the blow. So he
Wish a rat would.
he slashes at your clothes, but doesn't draw blood. And as you dive and you roll, you draw your sword, and you're in a position to attack. So go ahead and hack and slash this guy. Okay.
That's all right.
All right. So now you and the rat are tangling. He's got his tail kind of whipping back and forth. He notices you're behind him. He turns as you stab at him. Roll your damage, and then he's going to get another shot on you as well.
Can I use Geraldine at all to bump that to a 10?
Yeah. So your animal companion, if you describe how they're helping, you can add their stuff to your roll. So how does Geraldine help you? This is what would happen if you didn't have Geraldine, right? It would be like you'd trade blows with the rat creature, and you'd be in a rougher spot. But Geraldine helps you. How does she do that?
So when I duck and roll behind him and draw my sword to stab him, Geraldine jumps on him from behind.
Right.
And sinks her little rat teeth into his back.
Okay. Yeah, he's particularly upset about this because
Violent.
there's no rats. No rats are allowed to ride him, save his special one, which you have killed. So the feeling of another rat's weight on his back just drives him crazy. And then you bump that up. So now you can make a choice. You can either deal some extra damage, or you can avoid retribution. You avoid getting hit. Which would you like to go?
I'm gonna deal extra damage.
Nice.
I
Okay.
gotta help a girl out.
Okay. So roll your damage and then roll another d6. Nice. Okay, so you deal 10. All right, which will definitely be enough to kill him. But in doing so, he's also going to damage you. Wow, he's terrible. This is the worst rat man. He's bad. So
Me and Geraldine have dealt with these people before.
yeah, what does
I'm
that
scared.
what does that look like? Do you is it big and showy with lots of like flourish, or is it just like dispatch the creature and move on?
I probably just run him through, get a real good look in his little rat eyes, and slide my sword out, kick him to the side.
Okay.
Like, see, that could have been you, Geraldine. I'm so glad you didn't join up with them. They believe in the devil.
Geraldine squeaks in agreement. So, meanwhile, Spoonard, what are you doing? You have one of these rats kind of like entranced. What do you want to do with it?
Yeah, everyone's doing their thing, and I'm just in the background, like singing a sexy song to a rat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the rats are just kind of like wobbling back and forth under your sway.
Yeah, you know it's a sexy song because every line ends with the word "baby."
Yeah,
and that's
exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a classic boner jam.
That's actually
So
the only word. That's the only word I can make out. Actually.
yeah, a lot of
Blurring
like
so
really
bad.
low baritone mumbling, and then the word "baby" occasionally.
Yeah.
Girl
yeah.
also.
Girls in there a lot, but I don't know the gender of this rat, so everything's baby.
Okay, perfect.
Like,
don't
worry, baby.
Now you did say that you wanted to have some control over this rat's behavior. Would you like to try to get it to do something?
I'm gonna give you a big cheese stick. Yeah. So, baby, I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what that means.
You're right. It's like I get the initial metaphor, but then nope.
It's string cheese. Pull it back and eat that shit. I don't know. I don't know what.
Yeah, this
metaphor.
game of Dungeon World brought to you by Diamond Cheese.
Yes.
You'll be unraveling it and then re-raveling the string cheese. Yes.
Brought to you by Sargento Cheese. I love his commercials. I love the guy's voice. I'm Sargento. Anyway, sorry.
Of the ancient kingdom of Tillamook.
Yeah.
All right. That's where Cheesel's from. All right. Well,
That's why I know all their songs. That's why I can stun them like that.
yeah.
I've been in Tillamook. It was part of my initial adventures.
Mm-hmm.
I spent a lot of time there. Yeah. Yeah.
There are many dairies. Okay.
Yeah.
So you you have him under your sway. You might be able to harm him or force him to attack one of his friends, or what do you want to try to get him to do?
I want him to turn around and run back into the fire.
Right, to just go and immolate himself.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, that's terrible. Okay.
That's
Sure.
a good idea.
Yeah, I think that's certainly possible. Let's have you do the same thing. Let's have you roll with your charisma to see if you can turn the spell to one of self-destruction. Oh, you sure can. All right. So
Yeah,
how does this work? Like, do you change the lyrics? Is it like a secret hidden tone? Are you singing with two voices here? What does it look like?
No, the lyrics are just like getting real hot.
Yeah.
It's like, ooh, that cheese is melting, baby. Right? And then the rat's like, and turns around and like goes back into cause it's a hot fire, baby. And he like, runs into the fire and he's like,
Yeah. So there's one last scream of the delight and terror, and then the rat turns into a cloud of burnt fur.
I take a white handkerchief and wipe off my brow because it was the hottest song I've ever sung.
I imagine that your character has like a James Brown style like capes that you wear. Like
Oh, my outfits are the most flamboyant.
Mhm.
Yes. I sometimes fall on the ground and expect someone else to put a cape on me.
yeah, you drop to your
As I
knee
rise up
hoping.
again.
But
Yeah, of course.
you need a squire for that.
Yes, I say get down a lot.
Yeah.
It's part of my repertoire. Yeah, absolutely.
You don't know karate, but you do know crazy. So
And then my
serpent,
character was like,
Serpent Girl. What would you like to do?
Down for.
So you've just turned into a snake. So you are now seeing with the eyes of the snake. You can see the heat of the fire much brighter now in your serpent form. But yeah, you see one of the larger apes or the larger rats with another rat on top of him coming towards you. What would you like to do?
All right. She's gonna start doing like a thing where she's like this.
Mm-hmm.
Her eyes are gonna start moving around, and she's gonna try to hypnotize him.
Okay. Which one of them would you like to hypnotize? The mount or the rider?
Oh, I can only do one.
Yeah. It's very difficult to make eye contact with two people at the same time.
Oh, that's true. Can I do one eye with one?
You want to half hypnotize two of them?
Yeah.
Fuck
Just
it.
let your eyes cross.
Yeah, I mean, if you get all like wobbly eye and try to.
Yeah. Can I have one eye?
Gotcha.
Yeah, you can spend what you're holding. Let's have you try. It's an advanced snake hypnosis technique. Trying to get your eyes to look at two people, make eye contact with two people at once. Yeah.
great.
All right. Sure. Let's have you make a roll.
Wisdom for that?
I
'Cause
feel like this is like a physical thing. This is like trying to look at a magic eye poster, right? Like you're trying to see the sailboat. I think this is Constitution. This is like pure like body control.
Not good at Constitution stuff.
Yeah.
Is perhaps more suitable for reptile like iguana or chameleon.
Yeah, if you were a chameleon, this would be, but you wouldn't be able to
Yes.
hypnotize. Yeah.
All right. Well,
No.
whatever. YOLO. Oh.
Hey, there you go. All right, you did it. So, yeah, the two of them suddenly like stop, and you can see their eyes, their little rat eyes, kind of gloss over, and they're just like wobbling back and forth, caught in your hypnotic gaze. So yeah, you freeze them in place. Higori, your rat combatants come rushing towards you, and the rat on the back has drawn up a javelin and goes to hurl it at you. What are you gonna do?
Well, first I take moment out from hyping Spooner. Currently, while Spooner sings his songs, of course, with all the babies and the whatnots, the hot cheese, I say things like, Jack the sound barrier, Spooner, we're bringing the noise. I see Javelin coming my way. Oh, God, what do I do? Can I move out of way? Can I simply sidestep?
Yeah, I mean that's sort of your choice, right? You can let it hit you and hope your armor will take the blow, or you can try to throw yourself out of the way so it doesn't land on you.
Well, as I always say, trust me, I'm son of doctor, so I will take blow and choose to heal parting mate Bernice.
Okay, let's have you roll your constitution to just take the blow.
Okay, be clicking it again. I'm just now realizing Constitution is lowest stat, so perhaps was not most brilliant of ideas have had. Good luck.
Bernice would also like to point out that Bernice is not taking any damage.
Well, his
One
will
thing
not
at a
work
time.
anyways. Will
Okay,
not
I mean, you
fail,
do what you
so-
want. I don't know what kind of doctor you are. You can't tell that, but okay.
Look, I'm son of doctor. Okay, I'm not like full-fledged doctor, just son of doctor. Okay, I like to remind people of this. It's all whatever.
Oh dear. Okay. Well, I mean, you're in the running for most experience points, so go ahead and mark
Yes,
mark
very
XP. And yeah, I think the javelin catches you in the shoulder and spills hot blood down your chest. Let's do some damage. Wow, I'm rolling the worst. You take 2 damage. 2 damage from this javelin. I've rolled 3 ones in a row. So it's just a little rat javelin, so it's not that big of a deal. And you take that hit minus whatever armor you have.
Yes, of course.
So now you can act. The rat and his mount are basically right up in front of you. The mount rears up, ready to attack, but you have an opportunity to do something. What do you want to do?
If I have, do I need specific fighting skill to fight?
I mean, do you have a weapon?
Yes, I have mace, of
Well,
course.
there you go. No, you can choose to just smash the thing with this mace if you'd like.
Okay, I roll strength.
Yes, you're going to hack and slash. You're going to tangle with the rat man using your mace.
Okay, I yell out, out of my way, Cox! And I roll
Oh my god.
very greatly. I seem very proud with mace at side, yes.
Not so much. Mark another experience point though. So, you got
Becoming
that.
even more burly and strong. Perhaps one day Spooner will write a song about me in low baritone voice.
So you draw your mace, you shout your traditional battle cry, and then the rat backhands you with a meaty fist. You take 3 damage and get knocked on your butt. And the rat is now looming over you angrily. Bernice, you can see this just a little ways off to one side. You see Higori get knocked down, and the rat rise up, ready to smash him.
Well, I understand this is a very tense situation, but Geraldine is very sensitive about this whole Pied Piper thing, and she just saw a rat immolate himself on. You talked to Spooner about this. Keeps doing it, and I have to give her a little comfort right now. Higori makes his own messes.
Right. Okay. So you take a moment to steal Geraldine's. She's a little frazzled. This situation's a little.
I'm not gonna let it happen to you, girl. Don't worry. I'll keep you safe.
Abandon me on battlefield. Okay, I see how it is.
Okay, so Higori, you maybe look out of the corner of your eye. You see Bernice maybe hoping for a rescue. Not so much.
I think to myself, I think maybe Herschel had point here.
Right.
Look, Herschel didn't have a good sense of priorities.
I just want a T-shirt that says Herschel did nothing wrong on it. Herschel was right. All right. So what are you gonna do, Higori? You're on your own. You're lying on your back. There is a big rat monster about to smash you. What are you gonna do?
I wrap big bear fur around me very tightly, and I roll like snake, like I saw our companion do turn into snake. I embody snake too, and I roll.
Right, turn into a big furry burrito and try to roll out of the way. Okay,
Yes,
great.
I make my own escape.
Roll to defy danger with your dexterity. Let's see if you're fast enough to escape from this pummeling. There you go. All right. So, clad as a furry serpent, you roll quickly out of the way. The knobby fists of the rat crash into the dirt and send dust flying, but they do not hit you.
No, of course not. And best first snake in land.
Spoonered, you have just sent some rats to their burning death. You turn and you see the battle as it stands. What would you like to do?
Can I? So, one of my I'm trying to figure out how these arcane arts work.
Yeah.
One of them literally just says heal 1d8 damage. Is that a buff to someone else's spell, or can I straight up be like, I'm healing you now with song?
Yes, it's that one.
Awesome. Okay. So I pull out the old standard sexual healing and begin to sing that to everyone.
Okay.
And I'd like to heal the shoulder wounded person who I believe was Higori stabbed in the damn shoulder.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and roll your charisma. You begin to sing a song of healing. Oh dear. All right. Well, it's still 7 to 9. That's okay. So on a 7 to 9, your spell still works, but you draw unwanted attention, or your magic reverberates to other targets, affecting them as well. I don't think there's anyone else that needs healing. There's no one else for this to spill over to. So I think your song enrages the remaining rats. They hate the sound of this song. Like it's just abhorrent to their ears, including your Bernice, your pet or friend, I guess. And she begins to squeal angrily. And while you still do heal, all of the rats in the vicinity are now enraged or flying into a berserker fury. Okay. You can go ahead and roll the healing for this. Nice. All right. So Higori, the song cures you of your wounds.
Very nice. We're bringing the noise. Yes.
You feel much better.
And the funk.
Yeah.
It was brought in.
So now, Snake Girl, Sprout here. You have the two of them hypnotized. You're starting to get a little bit dizzy from trying to look in two directions at once. What do you want to do?
Can I make them also run into the fire?
I don't know. Is that a thing that your hypnosis can do? Like, I was assuming it was just kind of like like dazing them so someone else could do something, but no one else seems to be in a position to help you. How would you tell them what to do? Because you don't really have like the mouth for saying words.
Well, I do have spirit tongue, so I could talk to them in their own language, right?
Despite the fact that your spirit tongue is it's not a like a verbalizing thing. It's some kind of like spirit language. You speak with your soul instead of your mouth.
Yeah.
That's super deep.
Right. Yeah. That's the difference between the two of you. So okay, cool. Yeah. If that's how you communicate, then you can try to speak directly. I like how you're using your gift to speak to someone's soul directly to get them to light themselves on fire. Yeah. It's fine. It's totally gonna be fine. Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's have you roll with your charisma. We'll defy danger. The danger here is that I don't know. It backfires.
Okay. Depending on how this goes. Oh no, backfires.
Yeah.
7.
Okay, that's still like a partial success. Which it works on one of the two of them. Which is the one that it works on? Is it the big guy or the little guy?
The big guy that the little guy's riding. So
Okay.
hopefully.
I think the little dude shakes himself free of your hypnosis, throws himself off his mount as his mount turns and follows his friend into the fire of the town. So he just like runs into a nearby building, throws himself into the fire, and we see part of the roof like collapse. And there's a squeak of pain as he gets destroyed in the fire. Now the one in front of you, the one that lands, he drops, rolls, and comes up holding a wicked looking curved knife, and he snarls and throws himself at you. What do you do?
I want to grab him.
Okay. Now, if you spend your last hold to constrict him, you will shape change back into your halfling form, but you'll like have him in a headlock, or you can stay in snake form and just try to fight him. But yeah, you have one hold
I
left.
can't like constrict him with my.
You can, but when you run out of hold, when you use your last one, you shape change back into your rose halfling form.
Do I need to maintain my shape shifting?
Yeah, no, you'd still have him constricted, but just as a halfling. So you wouldn't be bigger than him. You wouldn't have your coils around him. You'd just have him in like a headlock and be wrestling with him then. But you'd still get him.
Oh, that's not a good idea for me. I'm not a very strong person.
Yeah.
Well, can I try to maintain my shapeshift then?
Yeah, you don't have to roll or anything to stay in snake form. You could just fight him. You could try to bite him or hit him with your tail or do other snake type stuff.
Ooh, yeah. All right. I'm gonna smack him with my tail then.
Okay. All right.
Yes, channel our biting session. Think back to that. Think of how I bit you, you bit me. Very passionately bite him. Yes, good idea.
It seems so intimate to share with a random rat man. We don't just go around biting anybody.
I don't just bite anybody. I
will not be
I
jealous.
only bite you.
Let's not bite shame people. Okay. So yeah, you're gonna be hacking and slashing in your snake form. So go ahead and roll plus your strength.
Oh god, it's gonna be so bad. I have a -1.
Yes, it is going to be so bad. So you may be in snake form, but you're still a delicate little flower. So you like swing your snake tail in, and instead of hitting him, he jumps on your back and digs his knife into you. So let's see how much damage he deals.
I'm gonna hiss at him.
Yeah. Whoa, he hurts you. He deals you 7 damage.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, so you see Sprout get a knife in the back. I think everybody sees this because there's two. The only person who isn't in a position to help is Higori. Maybe Bernice. Do you wanna do something about this, or are you just like, no, they can fight their own fight?
Well, Geraldine she's beyond my help right now. I'll deal with her later, and I will take a shot. Am I far enough away to take a shot?
Oh yeah,
at this
definitely.
guy?
Yeah.
I will shoot my bow.
And which one are you going to shoot at? Are you shooting at the one that's on Sprout?
Oh, of course, yes.
Okay. Nice. Excellent. Yeah, go ahead and roll your damage. All right.
It's not that great.
Yeah, so you hurt him, but you don't kill him. So the little rat man that's kind of trying to ride on your back, Sprout, gets hit with an arrow and sort of tumbles off to the side. So he's not on top of you anymore, but he's mad and he's still there, ready to fight you.
I kind of keel back and like hiss at him again, and my tongue like slithers.
Do you want to do anything more than hiss at him, or do you want to try to like get to safety?
Can I like attack him again?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. This time I'll try to like, I guess smack him again.
Okay. Yeah, same thing.
All right, let's go.
Cool. He dodges quickly out of the way and slashes at your tail. He's winning this fight. I don't know if you noticed it. There's another 7 damage. How you doing on hit points there, Tiger? You've taken 14 minus whatever your armor is so far. And yeah, y'all can see your snake friend losing this fight. Meanwhile, Higori, you've gotten up to your feet. There's the two rats. You're in a position to do something. They're stalking towards you, getting ready to hit you. What do you want to do?
I'm in position to heal companion Sprout.
Yeah, is that what you want to do? Okay, so you'll have to get out of the reach of the rats to do so. How do you get away from them?
Of course, roll over to Sprout. Of course, I mean is tactical maneuver. I roll over to Sprout, yelling, "Trust me, I'm son of Doctor. I'm coming, Sprout. It's okay. We'll bite each other afterwards. Don't worry."
I love the idea that you don't even stand up. You just stay in your fur burrito and just roll across the battlefield towards your friend.
It's like a furry
Efficiency.
armadillo.
Yeah.
Yes, efficiency very important for us Petrovic kind. Wasting energy to be standing up. We'll cast spell on ground too while wrapped up. We'll just extend arms slightly, do the healing. I'm son of Doctor.
Like
Not
my
cool.
tail touches like your finger.
Yeah, some kind of exactly a tactical fur burrito arrives to heal you.
Finger of hand holding alcohol, but I can spare one finger to outreach it.
All right, roll to cast a spell. Let's bring that healing. So you can roll
Was this Wyndham?
roll with your with your wisdom.
Then Wyndham, okay. I'm pressing 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Good
So
enough.
you're gonna need to make a choice. Do you want to draw unwelcome attention or put yourself in a spot? Do you want to distance yourself from your daddy, or do you want to lose this spell until you get a chance to commune again?
It's tough decision. I see what you are doing here, person. Okay. I suppose I will draw unwanted attention, cannot lose favor of daddy. No one would ever want that. So I will do that.
Okay.
Do I begin the healing now?
Yes, yeah, roll a d8.
Okay. Best wishes to you, snake person. Fellow snake person, Sprout. Here we go, comrade. That is something.
Okay, so you get 3 health back, Sprout. And I think that what happens when you cast this spell, your prayers resound over the battlefield, and there's a rumble in the sky. And Sprout, you have a like a flashback to one of the visions that you saw of the like rain cloud that has been following Spoonard around, and it begins to rain. Not a torrential downpour, but it starts to rain. You can hear it hissing in the fire, and there's definitely a strange presence that you're made aware of.
Is forewarning.
Yes, storms are coming. There remains one very badly injured rat guy who is trying to kill the snake, and there are two more. Spoonard, what would you like to do? You've got a pretty good handle on what's going on. You're a bit apart from the scene. What would you like to do?
How close to death is our snake friend?
I was 4 out of 18. Now I'm 7 out of 18.
All right. Look, as much as I want to help, I really like the fact that I can heal people with my beautiful, beautiful songs. So I want to keep the snake alive.
Mm-hmm.
No shoes today. I'm gonna sing another song.
Okay.
No shoes today. I don't have any feet. It's great.
Well, not for you, but for rats. The rat shoes they're gonna make out of your snake body.
Wait, what?
Rats, don't tell rats what they can wear and can't wear. I sing a beautiful song called "No Snake Shoes."
Yeah. No snake shoes today.
You're gonna make
Yeah.
shoes out of me.
Oh dear. Well, mark experience.
I can still be singing song though, yes, even if fail on roll.
I mean, he is singing. Yep, that's true. That's very true.
I definitely sang about rat shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Are yeah,
which
where did we mark
apparently
this?
rats don't know the concept of shoes, which is why it failed.
There you go. Yeah.
What?
You're singing in the human language; they don't understand. And
No, they
also,
understand.
yeah, I think that obviously the spell, the spell of your song doesn't take effect. And in fact, I think that everyone you hit some kind of like spiritually discordant note. You make a sound that is painful to everyone's ears. Everybody roll a d4 and take that much damage that ignores armor.
No.
Just like like he just it's like chalkboard. So whether you have armor or not, you take this much damage.
Oh,
Sprout
That
is
is-
getting messed up
What
here.
is the damage I could be healing?
Her little snake,
No,
her
Spooner.
little snake ears, just terrible. The rats will take this damage as well, so I'll roll for them.
You mean my
Um,
snake
I like
holes?
to be.
Snake ears are like little holes.
Okay, so the snake, we get a little scanners moment when the injured snake hears this weird note and it grabs his little rat head and squeals in pain, and his head just pops like a grape. The other two also take a fairly significant amount of damage. And I think at that they're gonna try to flee. They're gonna run off. Now you can let them run back to Cheesel's side, or you can, I guess, if you have missile weapons, you could try to shoot at them as they flee.
Geraldine has had it. She snaps and she jumps on the little rat man that's remaining. And
Yeah.
I shrug my shoulders and shoot an arrow after her.
Nice. Okay, so she won't let him go. She's like jumps on him, tries to bite him, and then you try to finish him
She's
off.
had a hard day.
Okay.
So I'm going to shoot my bow with her assistance.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
fine.
no problem.
Damage. It's not that great.
It is enough. It's definitely enough. Okay, so was this they both have the same amount of hit points? Was it the big rat or the small one?
This was the little one.
The little one. Okay, so there's one big rat left, one of the mounts, who is taking off. Unless somebody has some long distance way of getting rid of them, he'll run off. Now they're not very smart, so it's not like he's gonna bring a bunch of intelligence back to Cheezel. So you could let him go, but yeah. Does anybody want to do anything?
Perhaps we could pass on love message to him to bring back to Cheezel, Spooner.
why would you ask me to do that?
I just, I see the way when we say Cheezel, your eyes light up. We all see. We all see.
Secret love for Cheezel.
Well, you don't. Well, you guys don't know.
Love poem.
Well, you don't know. This is what I didn't want to tell you guys. Cheezel is my son.
Sure.
Spooner, when in your
My
sleep, you say the ye, it was very apparent to us.
Yeah,
Good, Cheezel's-
we laugh the same.
Cheezel's been its son. Your
And
little
that's
boy.
why she's like in a home training.
So he's only
makes
half.
sense.
He's only half a rat man, which brings up all kinds of weird questions.
Look, what happens in Tillamook stays in Tillamook.
That's true. They're a very permissive society. Okay.
Yeah, man. Don't put your hang-ups on them. Rat people be freaks.
If you knew what Cheezel did to Geraldine, you'd be ashamed of yourself.
So I think the rat like lumbers off. He runs off, and we'll take a break here. But before we do, the last thing that we kind of see is the storm starting to pick up, the rain coming down in sheets, both on the swamp that lies before you and the caves, and then also starting to put out the fire of the cannibal town that you burned down. And so we fade out on that scene, and when we get back, we'll see where the group of you end up. Stick around. We'll take a short break here, and we'll be back with more of whatever this has been. See you in a second. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We're going into the conclusion of today's very chaotic episode of Dungeon World here at Roll20CON. So you defeated the Cheesel's Outriders, right? Like his forward scouts that have been pursuing you these many long days as you are questing for the heart of Scarpathia, driven by your employer Nilbog Borgman, who I can only imagine is just like the most amazing Swedish wizard. But Lord Borgman has promised you vast sums of gold to retrieve the heart of Scarpathia, and you are nearing your destination. You're returning to the swamp from whence came our ranger. And under the torrential, now intense downpour, the booming thunder of a terrible storm that has sprung up, you head out into the swamp. So you were thinking Naja, we were talking about this before. You were thinking that the safe place, the place to search in the swamp, is the like Cradle Mountains, the caverns in the center, right? Because this was the sort of place where life began in the
Yes,
in the world?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, so is that where you're leading the group?
I'm doing my level best.
Okay, all right. So there's a special move that we can make to elide the sort of moment to moment you're traveling through a hostile land. So as a group, you'll need to decide who is the trailblazer, who is the scout, and who is the quartermaster. It will take some time. This is a like Indiana Jones style montage of travel through the swamp. And each of you will have potentially a job to do. Someone will be lucky and not have to do a job. So the scout looks out for danger. The quartermaster reduces how many rations it takes to travel through the swamp, essentially. And then the trailblazer will reduce the amount of time that it takes. So each of you will have to make a roll.
Maybe
Yeah,
the ranger
right.
and the druid should be the ones in charge of all that.
Yeah.
Now, Geraldine has the scout skill trait.
Mm-hmm.
Is she able to do a job by herself, or is she just assisting me? If
I think she can. I think she can assist anyone that you want to do the job. It'll make the most sense for you to be the scout. But you could also tell her, yo, Geraldine, do this thing. Go help my friend undertake their perilous journey. So yeah, and to answer your question, Sprout, the stats are it's all wisdom for everybody.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty good at wisdom shit.
Yeah,
Oh.
totally. This is your jam.
Scout. I'll scout. Me and Geraldine need a little time away from everybody.
Yeah, and
she's
you're-
a
I
little.
You know where you're at, right? Like you've returned to the place where Herschel once where Herschel once had a falling out with you. So his cult is probably lurking in the swamp waiting for you.
And you know what? I wish they would find me. I wish they fucking would.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So maybe scouting with the intent to find trouble, because the idea here is that you'll spot it and let you get the drop on it, or avoid it as you like. Okay. So who's gonna be Trailblazer? Who's gonna be leading through the danger of the murk?
I feel like you want to be leading through the danger. Bernice.
Well, Bernice is already scouting, so she's got a job. Yeah.
Okay.
Druid
Sure.
would know the dangers of the forest.
Yeah. I'll lead us. I'll lead us through the dangers.
Okay.
I have a question of being quartermaster. This person, he decides the rations, hands out the rations.
I was gonna say this could be dangerous. Letting Higori be the one that gives out the rations. Yes, you are responsible for keeping the group fed.
Okay. Can I be casting Sanctify ahead of time?
Yeah, totally. You can cast it as a thing to make sure that you get safe food to eat. From your rations.
Safe food, because when you eat the food, regardless of the source of the food, you'll be wanting it to be very sanitized, right? Yes, that is
Okay.
why I be casting Sanctify.
All right, so let's have you do that before you set out for the swamp. I think that this journey will cost you three.
Other humans.
It'll cost you 3 rations. Now you don't have to eat, right, Sprout?
Yeah. No one has ever seen me eat or drink anything.
Yeah.
Other than like the biting exchanges between.
But that was not. Yeah, the biting was not about
Sorry.
food. Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's start there. You want to purify. You want to purify your
lost.
rations. So go ahead and cast that spell.
But you had so much blood, I would consider full meal, to be honest. At least I noticed full meal missing from myself after all the blood you took. Okay.
Would
I
y'all come the hell on? God damn.
no, interesting for you to speak up. Shirlene, I have sorry, not Shirlene. I'm so sorry.
Who
Bernice.
the hell is Shirlene?
Okay. No, I'm so sorry. Bernice.
Oh my god, that feeling when you accidentally say another adventurer's name when you're on an adventure with somebody. Oh damn.
Bernice. Because we are going back into swamp territory, yes? Where are we going?
Yeah, you're headed back into the swamp.
Okay.
I'm writing down Shirlene because you better look out.
So-
Here she comes.
If we run into Herschel, I am wondering, does Herschel does he have potential?
You got potential to be Pope.
Touche.
Good to be knowing. Okay, so I will sanctify the food. I'll be casting wisdom.
Yes. Yeah. Roll with your wisdom.
Okay.
Talking to me about
again,
goddamn Herschel.
I'm forgetting about Herschel. I'll be pressing the button. 3, 2, 1. Here we
You better
go.
not bring him up again.
All right. So the rations for the journey are sanctified by your divine daddy, and your magic makes them safe. Whatever you end up feeding the party, it is safe for them to eat.
Don't worry, we talked about this before. I have the adventure items. It can be whatever I want. You know, perhaps fitting to character, perhaps not fitting to character. Who knows? Perhaps it's people. I mean, who knows? Who knows?
How about I eat my own shit?
I just love that the person whose religion kind of like revolves around eating is the one giving rations to
Yeah.
people.
Totally. The cannibal god. Yeah. Definitely. Good. Smart move. But hey, you gotta admit it's good eating. And plus now it's magically safe.
Has eaten another because are you a human? Right?
Yes.
Yeah, she's probably eaten another human, but doesn't think she has.
Yeah, that's a pretty standard trick. They're like, here, have some food. It's fine, whatever.
First of all, I'm a vegetarian,
There you go.
Oh, okay.
so I'm not eating that. They exiled me for it.
I'm a beeritarian.
Yeah, yes.
It's not a thing.
He only eats. Well, what is it? Are you doing like wheat beers or what? No.
I get my protein how I get my protein.
You got a bottle full of the devil. That's what you got.
If anybody needs Jesus, it's you. Yeah.
She's like judging us all. She's like, "How did I get here?"
Amazing. All right, so let's have you all roll, the three of you roll your wisdom. So it's a relatively long journey. It costs 3 rations normally, and you can reduce that, and then we'll see how you go. All right, so nobody failed. You got a 7 to 9, you got a 7 to 9, and you got a 10. So the scout, I think, yeah, when you arrive, I will let you know of the danger that you are about to come upon. You'll have a drop on it. And so you succeeded, you and Geraldine. Scout got a 10 plus, and then for the other two, it will cost the same amount of rations it normally would, and you get there in a few days. So Cheezel, whoever is brave enough of Cheezel's army to follow you, after his dad, I guess, is they'll.
It's coming for us. Don't you even mistake it.
They don't get
Yes,
to catch up with you. You'll still have some head start on them, but you didn't get ahead of them too far.
Crowd is pretty distracted. She's actually been like having a conversation with Spooner about his child. Now that she's found out, so she's a little bit distracted.
Yeah, are you forthcoming with the details of your torrid love affair in the kingdom of Tillamook, or are you keeping that?
Yeah, I'll tell them whatever. I'll tell them about the bone downs, the bone ups, the bone arounds.
She's really curious. She doesn't even know what boning up and boning down is. She's like,
What does it mean? How do you do it?
So do rose halflings not produce in the traditional fashion?
she just has never seen it yet. She's like, she's never done anything like that.
Right.
Girl, let me tell you, you don't want to see it. That's
Bert-
nasty.
Bernice calls back. That boy can't even find his own ass.
Don't talk about my son like that. He's a good boy. He's
Stinking ass Cheezel.
just got up with the wrong crowd. He's a good boy. He's when I see him again, I just gotta give him a spanking. Now, Sprout, spanking is the thing you can do when you're boated up.
Oh, that's really interesting. See, where I'm from, they say that little sprouts come from flowers, and then they blossom, and then they're there.
So wholesome.
That's kind of like how I tell people about doing it too.
Oh, you sweet summer child.
Pretty wholesome. That's how I describe it.
How someone like me gets so involved with you, I have no idea. It's madness, crazy, really. Boom, wow.
I mean, look, biting's a thing too. I ain't gonna judge you, crazy kids.
It's very crazy. These children these days, who know, like me, child of Grigori, all these kids everywhere.
My daddy ain't done shit in years.
So you all need to. I guess everybody save for our druid Sprout. You don't need to eat. You were sustained by the spirits of even this garbagey place. But everybody else needs to expend three rations. Does everybody have the food that they need to get by here?
Yes.
Yeah, I have halfling pipeweed. Is that good enough?
It's not food, but I mean instead. In
That's
fact, I think it would make this problem worse.
I got 3
You
coins.
probably get more hungry.
Yeah.
I got 3 coins, some adventuring gear, bandages, and
Okay,
pipe.
so
It's okay, I can cover. I have more food.
yeah, so I was gonna say, as you might expect, yeah, he has the tools for getting down, but not the tools for staying alive.
Adam,
Uh,
I'd like to
yeah.
ingest pipeweed and then roll to see how much of our rations I eat.
Yeah,
So
we can
just-
take as many
so
as
you
want.
don't actually have any rations, but people are feeding you. Other people have rations. Who's gonna pony up the 3 rations that he needs to survive? Then we'll talk
I
about
ain't
it.
giving him
Be
shit.
alive. Someone keep me alive.
Can I like
I
help,
wish you were coming over here begging for food.
help him find food?
Hey there. Hey, you got some food for me?
I mean, is that possible, Bernice? Like you're in these sort of dishwater swamps, right? You're in the butt end of the universe. Is there like scavengeable food? Is there something you could eat here?
I have to object to you calling it the butt end of the universe.
All right, fair.
This is
Fair.
the spout of the universe.
course.
Everything began here. You got it all turned around. Of course, there's food here. Everything started here.
A bard cannot live off of jazz cigarettes alone. So
I don't know why he tries.
so yeah, I mean, I guess okay, you could try Sprout. Sprout,
Okay.
you don't really understand eating so much, but you could try to help him find some things
Yeah.
that.
It's
Okay.
like, I don't understand. You guys put so much stuff in your mouth, and then what do? You just poop it out? It's so weird.
Look, just give him whatever that boy poisons himself on the daily. He'll be fine.
Circle of life, girl. Circle of life.
I love the little like I don't understand eating or sex or any of that stuff. This little flower. Okay. Well, let's have you roll let's have you defy danger. And you can do so with your wisdom. I think this is a thing.
So I see them running around looking for food, and I just drop like little bits of food of my own, like little breadcrumbs of flat food. Flesh
She's like
food.
throwing breadcrumbs around, and I'm
Yes,
grabbing
and
them.
Yeah. That's the
Eat my-
scene. Definitely. Yeah. You being like, ooh, a food. Ooh, another food, and like just following as Higori drops these little.
There's like this
yeah.
little gif of one of the animes that I love watching, and it's like there's a like cheese that just keeps getting put down, and she keeps just like grabbing all the cheese. My friend told me like she's like that's how I'd capture you, and
Yeah.
I was like,
Perfect.
I
Yes,
just like this
perfect.
scene rolling like that.
Okay, so you have you have some food that you can scavenge. You can bring back to give. You can give to Spoonard. So Spoonard,
Okay,
you
I
get
pick
to
up.
eat.
I'm like, I find everyone as she's putting them down, and I'm like, oh, and I'm like, I put it in his mouth, and like, it's just like,
It kind of like droops out. Like, what are you doing, kid? You're like, bruh, and just kind of falls out of my mouth.
All right, so I think you're getting food from your friend Higori here, whether you know it or not. And I think maybe take the shaky condition. I think that you're feeling a little bit like uneasy. You're not doing great. You're not starving. Just check the box where it says shaky. So your hands are you get the shakes. You get a little bit of the shakes going on.
That's cause I got doing my halfling pipe weed and my
Yeah.
That's because you let the devil into your life.
It's because you're on the Enterprise and there's something coming. You're being attacked.
I mean, I was thinking more that these are. I was thinking more that these are the kinds of shakes that one might get from cannibalizing another person. But whatever. So
is that what happens when you eat a person? You get the
I
shakes.
think that's a thing, right?
I think all three of those reasons are synonymous when you get down to it.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
But like, yeah. So I eat a person, then it's just like, oh, Captain Picard. Oh.
I mean, the world doesn't shake, but you're like
No,
your hands
alright.
get shake. I don't know. Maybe
It's more like a bunch of tribbles are on you, and you're just like,
Sure.
That's not what happened with the tribbles.
You're more likely to get like mad human disease from misfolded proteins.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Oh yes, but only if it's in brain. Rest of human, so much more you can eat and consume. Just stay away from brain, and you don't get.
Don't eat brains unless you're a zombie. Then you're already fucked.
Then it doesn't matter. You should expect anyway. Yep.
It's a
All right.
zombie.
So you get Bernice. You arrive at the cradle, which, as we described before, is sort of the garburator of the swamp. Right? It's a raised area that dips down into a deep lake of grayish water. But around the edges, there are these caves. And I think you rolled your scout roll, so you get kind of the drop on the scene, and you see gathered here a group of robed figures. There's maybe a dozen of them. They're wearing long, kind of slick-looking robes and cloaks, and rolling back and forth in front of them on his mighty unicycle. You see Herschel, and he is giving them a croaking speech to inspire them to search the caves for this heart of Scarpathia. And so you can kind of maybe like make out some of what he's saying, but you can't quite pick it up from here. But he definitely doesn't know that you're here.
Bernice, are we still to be pretending that? And I look to the horizon that this person does not exist, because we'll get only increasingly more difficult to deny existence of person who
I
clearly.
swore to all the gods that if I ever saw that boy right there again, that I would fuck him up. So here's what we need to do.
Okay, yes.
Point of order. Point of order.
On the bike, the wheel thingy.
I like that you're all having this conversation like crouched behind a like a row of rocks or something, like kind of having your stage whispered conversation.
I have a question. I know, Bernice, you're feeling anger right now, but I love you, and I know that there's hurt in you, and I want to use my charming and open ability to find out what you're really feeling right now. What's really going on inside of you?
So this is
Pain behind those eyes.
so this is a thing. This
I'm
is a
gonna
thing
hug
that
her.
this is a thing
I'm
that
hugging
bards
Bree.
can do.
What's happening in you right now?
Yeah. So
So
when a
much
bard
pain
speaks
behind
frankly
those
with
eyes.
someone, they ask you a question, and this question is, "What do you really feel?" So Bernice, what are you really feeling right
You have
now?
to answer truthfully.
First of all, it's raining.
Uh-huh.
People don't like to do things when it's raining. Second of all, it's Friday. People like to do fun things on Friday, but instead I'm here in the swamp with you motherfuckers.
But this is fun.
Fucking Herschel. Over
I'm
the,
like still holding on to you.
I'm angry. I was relaxed. I got away from him. I was with Geraldine. I was fine. But y'all got me out here on some bullshit. I didn't even come here for him. And yet here he is. You know what? You know what they say? They say every great test is a great gift. This
They
is
also
gonna be
say-
my gift today.
Perhaps this is your destiny to be reunited with person I will not name.
Reunited my ass. I need his head on a stick.
But we get
Okay, and we eat rest of body. Okay, we can.
I don't
do
give a fuck.
So when you say you're like, I need his head on a stick, this is as Herschel is finishing his speech, and I envision Herschel as being like, yeah, like just like a big green frog riding on a unicycle, but he also has like a little like kind of South American like military dictator jacket on with like epaulets and like a little hat.
Herschel thinks he's a prince.
Yeah,
But that motherfucker's still a frog.
it's true. Yeah, it's
I
very
kissed
true.
him many a time. He's still a fucking frog.
And so he's just delivered his orders to his men, who all the cult skulks away. The cult skulks away into the caves to go and search for the heart. He stays outside, but he's got with him his bodyguard. And Bernice, you know a thing or two about her. Tell me a thing about Herschel's bodyguard.
I presume this is Charlene.
Of course it is.
Number one is Charlene. Let me
Yes.
tell you about Charlene.
Oh
I was minding my own business. And she comes up to me and she says, Bernice, woman to woman, have you talked to Herschel? And I said, why? She's like, well, I've been talking to him and I just wanted to make sure that you all were through before I started.
Yes. Oh my god.
Did you do the Bone Jam song with him?
Now I don't do that anymore.
But you did.
Let's not talk about that.
She loves him. She loves him.
All right, so Charlene and Herschel are standing out in the rain talking, and they have no idea that you're here. You definitely like have the opportunity to get the drop on him. So what do you do? What's the plan, team?
So we're going with the severing of the head plan. I am down for this.
Absolutely. Now I got the bow and arrow, so I'm
How
gonna
many
stay
are
back
down
here.
there? Like minions?
Right now, only Herschel and Charlene. But with a mighty croak, he could likely call back his cult to come and defend him.
I charge out from beyond cover.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you like leap up. Are you you yelling, waving your arms, making a bunch of noise? What do you do?
I'm singing a song.
Okay, all right. So you're singing what kind of a song?
It's a song called "Frog Don't Ride No Cycles,"
Mm-hmm.
and it's an old world tune. It's it's a very, but it's like, oh, frogs don't ride no cycle, like that.
Okay, the kind of song you might hear someone singing at a Renaissance fair, perhaps.
Yes,
A lot of tambourine in this song.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will take triangle.
A lot of hey nani nani.
Yes, that's how it ends. Is I pull out my my weapon. I'm like, oh hey, nani nani, and a ho ho ho.
And so what's your plan here? Like to draw their attention, or to like what do you want to have happen here?
I want to go with my chaotic alignment of spur others to significant, unplanned, decisive action.
Right. So you want to try to convince everyone else to just like rush into battle.
I'm about to die. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you see.
I want to die in combat, and as
You
a
do.
frog riding a unicycle, that's a hell of a story.
Yeah. All right. So so you see you see your bard friend leap up from behind cover, and with a hey nani nani and a hey ho hey runs down the hillside banging his tambourine. What are you gonna do?
I missed it. Is Herschel still in our line of sight?
Yes, you can still see him. He's about to he's turning slowly like to see this sound, and he's gonna command Charlene. And
I like to shoot an arrow into that fucking unicycle and knock that motherfucker over.
Okay, all right, yeah. So he's turning. His little frog legs start to go to ramp up the unicycle, and you're gonna fire a shot into the spokes to knock him down.
I will do my level best.
Okay, all right. So you're not attacking him. So just defy danger with your dexterity. All right. Okay.
That's all right.
So the trick here, I think, is that you reach into your quarrel and you draw forth an arrow, but you realize it's the last arrow you have in your
I
quarrel.
have a second bundle
There you go. So you'll
because I don't like cutting people.
you came prepared. So this is the end of this bundle. You fire, and and so it sticks through as he starts to ramp forward, and with a croak of surprise, he tumbles down into the mud, getting mud all over his jacket. His hat falls into the swamp, and Charlene turns and sees you, and she stares at you across the expanse.
And I look at her and I'm like, "That's what the fuck you get."
She draws her sword. So while Bernice is doing that, what's going on with everybody else?
I believe this is battle for Bernice and Charlene. So I just yell from the side, like, "Hey, Charlene, I guess he has no potential now, huh?"
He still got potential to be a hindrance to my life.
Except for that one, huh?
So you're standing up and shouting encouragement to Bernice.
Yes, and maybe I heal the snake person if she still needs some more healing.
Yeah, you want to try to throw down a
I'm
healing
not
spell.
a snake person anymore, I would say.
She's not sneaky yet. Okay, well let's have you do that. Yeah, go ahead and cast that spell, and then I want to see what you turn into.
Okay.
Okay, I'll be looking
I
for
definitely
these
heals, though.
dice.
Yeah. So roll wisdom to cast your spell.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Boom.
Okay. All right. So you get to roll a d8 for healing.
Wow,
Nice. All right.
amazing.
So you get seven hit points back. However, you Higori, son of Doctor, you need to choose one of your options for cast a spell. Do you draw unwelcome attention? Do you distance yourself from your daddy, or do you lose the use of the spell?
Kuno, looking at time of remaining of show, I feel like it would be smart to lose spell. Perhaps, chance of using it again is diminishing, getting lower and lower. But instead, I will go with draw unwanted attention. I'm not one of those meta gamers.
Okay. All right. So here's what happens. The sound of your prayer echoes over the cradle. And as we see Charlene's reinforcements coming back from the caves, we hear the battle cry from the swamp behind you of "Ay, ay, 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 ay," as Cheesel's rat men emerge from the swamp. And so now you're pinned between the two as they come rushing towards you.
Would have happened anyway. Not my doing.
No, totally not your fault. So, Sprout, things are about to get very real. What are you going to do?
Okay. So, all right. I think that I'm going to change into. Can I be like a dire raccoon?
Yeah, I mean, if they're big raccoons.
I want to be a giant raccoon.
Okay, all right. What are the three things? What are the three things that a giant raccoon does?
A giant raccoon does.
Creepy little hands.
I would say they have an abandon ability where they can like steal something.
Okay,
really
steal
quick.
something. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And then he'll also have what's the thing? Oh, rabies.
Right. Okay. Inflict rabies.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I guess like dig or like thrash with claws because they have like claws.
Okay. All right. So thrash with claws.
Yeah.
With their creepy little hands. Okay. Cool. Let's have you roll to shapeshift.
Okay. Oh.
All right. So now, I think I love when shapeshift goes awry. So you can mark experience.
Okay.
And you still get to become a raccoon. On a miss, you hold 1, but I think maybe what happens here is that instead you become some kind of mixed up snake raccoon. So you don't get all the raccoon moves, you don't get all the snake moves. You get steal something and inflict rabies, but also constrict. And you're some kind of horrifying raccoon snake hybrid. You're a monster. You're a terrifying monster.
Oh my gosh, that is like the weirdest.
Yeah, you're a snacoon.
It's the weirdest thing ever.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm in.
Cool. So you turn into a hideous snakecoon, and
Well, I have the tail because you said I can constrict.
yeah, I think you're just a really really long raccoon. Like you have your arms and legs at the end of a very long furry body, and then you have your little
Adam,
tail.
that's a ferret, Adam.
Sure, yeah, a trash-eating ferret, but like also a snake.
A
But I'll-
tragedy.
You're scaly. You're scaly and furry, and yeah, you're a monster. But that's what you become. You have one hold that you can use to trigger any of those moves.
Look, okay. I just want someone to love me.
Bernice, what are you doing? You've knocked Herschel to the ground. He's getting up and wiping dishwater off of his stuff.
Oh, I'm not. I don't care nothing about no Herschel. I'm about to shoot at Charlene.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. So Charlene has drawn her sword and like raised it over her head and shouted, and the cultists are running up behind her, and so she's running towards you. But you've got a
I don't care how
bow.
many friends she's got.
Yeah, you got a bow.
I got a bow, and I got a rat, and I got a will, and I have a way.
Okay. Nice.
And I'll be damned if I don't get a 10+ on this too.
All
Is
right.
this just jealousy? Like, what's fueling? Why'd you go for her?
Jealous, girl. Look, you worry about yourself. You have no legs.
She
Asking
has
me all these questions.
Personally wondering.
Leg having. All right. So you deal.
Like having ass.
So you deal 5 damage. Charlene does have armor. She is, the royal protector of Herschel. So she absorbs some of it. And so she staggers and she snarls and rushes towards you and closes the distance. So you no longer have your bow. She's got your pet rat kind of hanging off her, biting her, and she runs forward to attack you. Now she has to run past your bard first. So if you want to try to like trip her or attack her or something, the two of you are running by each other. So Spoonard, you finish your hey nani nani, you bang the tambourine a couple of times, and then you see this warrior running up the hill.
Yeah. What species is she?
I assumed she was human, but that might not be true.
Herschel has a type.
Uh-huh.
That's cool. So I'm running down like, hey, naughty, and I get down to her, and right before we're about to clash, like an epic battle, I stop.
Uh-huh.
And I swagger up to her. She runs me, and I'm like, whoa, girl, slow down. What's your rush? Have you heard about my son? His name is Cheezel. He leads a band of real criminals, not this frogman. Actually, he is like kind of half human. I feel like you two would be good together.
And
I
so,
point back-
yeah, I was gonna say, when you point back, there's a flash of lightning. So there's a storm going on. There's a flash of lightning, and we see Cheezel standing on top of a ridge. What does Cheezel look like? He's wearing his beautiful vest, right? Because we know he's very proud of his vest. And you're trying to like dad him. You're trying to like hook her up with your son.
Like he's a cape, and it's like blowing in the wind. Like,
Oh, yeah.
majestically.
Yeah, we know that he's a warlord. He's a rat man, half rat man, warlord in a furry vest.
Headcanon. Cheezel is dabbing like a motherfucker on that hill.
Yeah, totally.
He is gorgeous. Cheezel is ripped and defined, and because he only has a vest on, you get that like man V thing going on.
Chiseled.
And
He's chiseled.
oh yeah, he's chiseled is what he is. He is.
That's actually the origin of that word in this world. If someone's really muscular, they're chiseled. He's got chiseled abs.
Oh yeah, he is just ripped, and his hair is long and flowing, and he's almost completely hairless except for this mane of hair.
Right. A slightly ratty face.
Yeah, he has a tail. He's gorgeous except his face is like that of a rat. He is a prime example of like the perfect male specimen, but his face is a rat.
Right, but he has a.
Yeah, but it's,
Like the people that wear like horse masks. It's like
Oh my god. He's the
Yeah.
cover of a Chuck Tingle novel.
Oh God.
Okay, perfect. Well, let's have you roll to seduce by proxy, I guess.
yeah.
Can I
Um,
insist?
My son, he's a good
yeah,
guy.
totally. So roll. You're gonna parlay because you have leverage. The leverage here is you'll introduce her to your son.
Yes.
And go ahead and make a charisma roll. Let's see how it goes. Oh yeah, no problem. You got that 10. So on a 10 plus, they ask you for something. She just wants to be introduced. So she sees this beautiful vision of the chiseled abs, and she throws her sword aside, and you can see like pure true love in her eyes. And I think that even Herschel, like we cut to Herschel, who's so covered in mud. He sees this happen, and you can feel his heart break, right? Like his beloved Shirlene has betrayed him, and he
It
sheds.
just looks like when a frog, croaks.
Yeah, he sheds a single froggy tear and
And
falls to his knees next to his broken unicycle.
I look back to Bernice and I go, wink. Because that's the greatest gift of all, is sweet vengeance of a broken heart.
I mean, her busted ass deserves him. So
So I kind of feel like we can almost like epilogue it here, so we have some time to do. But basically, you've stopped the horrible battle, right? Like the what I guess we'll go through everybody. I want to know. I'm going to ask some questions. We'll end with some questions, same way we started. So when the battle proved to be not so much a battle, Bernice, does Herschel like make amends and they join forces with the rat army, or does he take his cult and like recede into the swamp angrily to plot his revenge?
oh, he's definitely plotting revenge. He swears up and down he's a prince, but I told you, Herschel ain't about shit. He ain't never been about shit, and he ain't about to be about shit.
So do you make up with Shirlene now that she's upgraded to her rat boyfriend, or are you
No, he's
still
still shit too.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
she's better, but
Right.
she's a lame butt. She'll learn. She's young.
Okay, all right, okay, cool.
She has potential, is what you are saying.
More
So
potential than Herschel.
Spoonard, do you stay and make good with your son, or do you slink away? Does he ever even see that you're there?
Well, turns out the staff, the whatever we were looking for,
At the heart of Scarpathia. Yeah.
the heart of Scarpathia. Thank you for reminding me of the thing I created.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
Turns out it wasn't actually a weapon of doom, but an ancient marital aid that I bestowed upon my son and his new bride.
Oh, so you have they get married in the
They
in
got
the,
married in the swamp.
perfect.
And the druid was their priest, I guess. I don't know.
So the word
And I sang the songs.
I was about to say. So we have a wedding out here as the storm breaks and sun falls down in the cradle of existence. And so I guess the thing about the heart of Scarpathia is that heart is a word that maybe was mistranslated. Maybe it refers to like a different thing. But
Like love muscle heart.
right, exactly. That's exactly it. Love muscle is the literal translation.
Blood and pumping is what it was talking about.
So I guess my question is for you, Higori, do you officiate the wedding? Are you the one who?
No, the druid's the officiator.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that true?
You, Cheezel, take Shirley to be your bone jam.
Right. Well, Spoonard plays the
I'm
mightiest
just
of
so
all the.
proud crying in the background.
Yeah. Love muscle jams for everybody.
I play Fix You by Coldplay.
And then later on,
Well, can I will. Do you mind if I take over, Sprout?
go ahead.
Okay. I walk off the side while Sprout is busy officiating a wedding. And I walk off and I say to crowd, to all of you, I say, I have a revelation for you all. Twist is that I am not Grigori's son, Higori, but instead I am Grigori's father, Higori.
Right.
And I just wanted to find my son. I heard he is now acclaimed dungeon master, and I just wanted to let him know that I am being so very proud of him. Okay, I love you, son.
I love this. It's a perfect revelation. It's the revelation where you have to explain it at the end, where like the author's like, and it turns out it was his dad all along, and everyone just like looks at you like, what? Wait, what? And he's like, come on, the watch, it was broken. It was 4:00. No, what? Come on.
And I have one more piece of information for you, Grigori. You'll now have new mother, boy. Sprout. And then I walk back to the ceremony, and once it is done, I kneel down.
Who the fuck is Grigori? Where's Grigori?
Wait, I'm his mom now? What happened?
Who are you talking to? There's no one here.
Well, no, and exactly, yeah. And so Higori is just staring off into space, revealing revelations to the heavens. To
I'm breaking fourth.
Yeah,
barrier.
speaking to the fourth wall. It's a sacred artifact of their people.
This is why I don't fuck with you.
I kneel down before Sprout
good.
and I say to her, I only want to be eating you from now on.
And
No
Sprout
other human.
Frights her? Or him? Wait. Him.
I was also a boy the whole time.
Yeah, also another revelation. Yeah.
But I also, in biting you, may have possibly given you rabies.
Right, because you're still a snakeoon. Great.
I need to roll.
Excellent. So you
What do I
you
roll for that?
I mean, I don't think you have to roll. I think you get rabies and it's very
Y'all
romantic.
acting like Higori didn't have rabies from the
Yeah, not like you didn't
outset.
have a bunch of other stuff going on anyway. Great. And that, I guess that's the scene upon which we close.
We
Is
bite each other.
Higori and a giant elongated snake raccoon just biting each other romantically.
My snake tail is like wrapped around you, and I'm like,
Cue end credits boner jam.
That's why we
Credit-
can't have
credit
shit in
away.
this world. You are why we can't have shit.
And I will fix you. Yeah, that's the background.
Beautiful.
Singing that to everyone as we all find our perfect ending.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for this mess. I love, every time I get to play Dungeon World with people and we do one shots, I get to play it with people who understand that it's like driving a burning car off a cliff, and that's what I think makes it fun. So thank you so much for bringing your
By the way, post-credit scene.
weirdo A game. Yeah.
At the end, after the credits roll, it's a beautiful ending, and we get to this symphonic score at the end, overlooking a cliff.
If you turn into a dragon one more time, I swear to God.
Overlooking a cliff, you see Spooner's clothes on the ground. It's Spooner, and you think Spooner jumped off the cliff, and then the camera pans up, and a dragon flies away.
Oh my God! It was the dragon!
I'm DED dead. Can we outro this bullshit?
The whole time he was the dragon!
Role play, he'll always be back. He's the one constant in all of these. The old ancient
The old
dragon.
dragon man.
He strokes his dragon
Fucking
beard. He's like,
Shenlong ass motherfucker.
Fantastic. Thank you all so much for coming and for playing and closing out Roll20CON with me. It has been a delight, a proud final tradition of dragon metamorphosis. Thanks, Jesse. Let's do some quick shout outs, and then I know the Roll20 team has some closing stuff to do, so we'll take the stream down. But if I saw some people in chat who are interested in finding out where all y'all are at on the internet, Jesse, what's your deal, and where can people find you on the internet?
At Jesse Cox on the Tweetster, and on here it's Shabuzi, and on YouTube it's Jesse Cox. And if you want to follow my Instagram, because I know you do, Notorious COX. And if you want to see weird stuff, Snapchat is Epic Maneuver. That's where you can find me.
Nice, excellent. Thanks, Jesse. Caitlin.
Well, first I want to thank Roll20 for having me back again. Super nice. And of course I want to thank Nadia and Jesse and
The
Maggie.
J is a J. I just gotta put that out there. I know you know.
And then, of course, Adam Kobles himself, right here, the man, the one and only, my son.
I'm so confused about our lineage now.
Now I'm the daddy.
Look at me. I am the dad now.
no, I am your daddy.
You just got your
That will tell
Ouroboros
you
shit
exactly.
going on. It's fine.
So, if you want to watch me, I stream literally every single day. I'm on, I don't know, day 400 and something now, and that's at twitch.tv/Caitlin. On Twitter, I'm at Caitlin with an underscore between the Y and the N. Very similar. You can find my Instagram and YouTube through those. And then I'm also going to be doing a 24-hour stream this week to help with med school, and that's also on twitch.tv/Caitlin. You can find details there.
Awesome. Thanks, Caitlin. Little Sprout, where are you at?
Aw. Thank you guys so much for inviting me back. I had so much fun. Every time I come back here for Roll20CON, I have so much fun. So thank you for inviting me. And you guys can find me at Margaret Crone in all the places, pretty much everywhere. Same name. I stream on Twitch on multiple channels. I do a lot of role-play tabletop stuff, as well as variety streaming. And I also work for a game company. If you want to check out some of our games, I work for NCSoft. And buy a shirt for Cybersmile.
That's
Under
right.
that.
That's right. Yeah, you y'all just launched a new game recently, right?
Yeah, we just launched a game called Master X Master. If you're interested in checking it out, it's a little different than your average MOBA. There's a lot of PvE elements to it. There's 3v3 that you can make it custom matches. You can play 5v5. There's tons of PvE stuff for you, and it's a little bit more MMO-esque because it has a lot of like social aspects to it.
Cool, cool. Thank you. And my dear friend, Naja, thank you for bringing your meme power to the game.
Yeah, I'm Naja Tikuri. If you've been following Roll20CON this weekend, you've seen me multiple times. But if you have never seen me before, I'm an associate programming manager at Twitch on Twitch Studios. I make content. I stream very infrequently on twitch.tv/TristaRay. It's mostly me playing Final Fantasy 14 and drinking wine and talking a lot of bullshit.
Calling people heifers all the time.
Yeah, you know, heifers are real. Okay. I didn't get to it in this game. Charlene is a heifer.
Yes, definitely.
It's true.
About love.
I wish I could say I'm not like this, but I'm like this literally every day. So if you follow me on Twitter, Twitch, it's just this all the time. I'm gonna be debuting the first episode of Misclick's D&D Risen will be going live on twitch.tv/D&D this Wednesday. I believe it's 4 p.m. Pacific time. And this Friday, I am playing Mouse Guard with Adam Coble, Ezekiel the Third, Fairlight Excalibur, and Bike Man over on twitch.tv/itmejp.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be really good. Yeah, we just announced
you'll
that.
you have lots of time to see me be absolutely fucking ridiculous in every game I play this week.
Awesome. Thanks, Nadia.
She's also amazing DM. So.
It's true. Yeah, so make sure you give everybody a follow. Thanks so much for coming, everybody. I am Adam Coble. I am the GM in residence here at Roll20. You can find me here Thursdays and Fridays at 11 o'clock Pacific, 11 a.m. Pacific, running right now the Sprawl and Burning Wheel with my crew. And you can find me over at twitch.tv/Adam Coble the rest of the time. I'm Skinny Ghost on Twitter. I'm going to take the stream down, but we'll be right back with the closing ceremonies for this weekend's convention. Thank you so much for coming, everybody. It has been a delight. We will see you next time. Bye, y'all.
Bye.